Hello, hello, hello out there, Internet Land. We continue our Dark Sun journey tonight to what I am assuming is the exciting climax tonight. We left off on
climax tonight. Oh yeah.
Yeah, group climax. But we left off on a rather tense situation here. I'll let our DM take over the reins here and fill you in a little bit better on how things went down last time.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome, weary travelers. I should say. Last time, you guys had worked your way through the Temple of the Snake, the Sky Serpent. You had fought an electric eel in a big pool of water. It took you down a few pegs, but your party was able to kind of get that resolved. You guys had also pressed through a lot of different areas, kind of taking the safe route in the temple, not really straying from the path the vampire took, trying to book through to reach him. You guys had reached a room with some very gaseous ghouls and had just sort of firebombed that room and then ran through, so got through that one. You guys had bypassed another room that had a large sort of altar that you found out that's where all the halflings were being tested to see if they're the descendant of the hero. Working your way through, you had finally met the resistance force that had broken through into the temple itself. A small band, even though it was whatever they could muster. And they told you that Hakan was out fighting the main force. They was just basically holding them back, and you guys had rescued the majority, like the remainder of the halflings that were stuck in the temple, telling them to stay behind while you guys had taken on the large vampire lord outside, and when they can, to slip out and escape. We join you now in the entrance on the top floor of the part of the ziggurat that's poking through the ground. You can tell that the land is kind of raised around it, and that there was once a more grand edifice, now has been kind of buried through the sands of time. And now just the top portion of the ziggurat is poking through the top of the ground here. The door is open. I have the door closed on here, but the door is open. And as you can see...
Maybe. Nope.
It's okay.
We're just going to leave it like that.
It's okay. Hey, there he is.
Cool.
As you can see...
Actually, stay right there.
Wow.
Because I don't want anything on my left arm.
Thanks. Woo! And Jeremy joins us. Just in time.
Slightly late.
Alright. As you guys see, a wave of vampires, a front line, fighting off the coalition of the humans, the bullywugs, and the...
Yankee. Or not the Yankee. Yankee.
Githyanki, yes, the Gith. On the stairs in front of you stands a large, tall, imposing figure, body covered in tattoos, holding aloft a large sword like the ones that his underlings use, but this one is made of actual pure steel. Not just the wood with the notches of steel in it. Kind of surveying the battle as he points to his soldiers and they attack and follow his movements. And then the large bat kind of just float, like flapping, perched up on a bit of the ruins here, shooting out like sonic waves that kind of like you see some people drop as soon as it hits their ears, kind of doing circles around the area. This is the scene that you come out into. I will let you decide what you want to do next.
Midas' left back leg is injured, so just be a little gentle with it. Thanks.
And who's the guy on the stairs there?
That is
Contra.
Tech2 Haklan,
Okay, that's the vampire lord.
the
then?
vampire lord.
Okay.
The vampire lord.
Lord. Are we not in initiative or anything yet?
Stings the flesh.
He got me right in the crease.
Oof.
And on the elbow. Ugh, 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
We are out of initiative right now, so it is just whatever player wants to do whatever they want. As soon as you attack or want to start an action, though, I am going to roll up initiative.
Okay.
Because Tech2 Haklan is focused on the battle ahead.
I was just thinking I'd sneak up and maybe hide in the shrubbery.
Okay.
If that looks feasible for.
That does look feasible.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and we'll enter in initiatives then. You guys are up there in the
Dice.
Yeah, starting
It
out
does
good,
not
John.
like
Nice.
initiative.
23.
Alright. Jesse.
18.
You need to get Jesse. I think you'd like one of these. These little flat like dice trays.
Let's get a leather one, not the felt one that I
Yeah.
got, because that thing puckered.
Jared,
I'm gonna take the one.
take the wood. Hunter,
The Skorkowski dice does not like initiative. I'm a 13.
13. Micah,
7.
7. That was a 45. Like, wow, dice, are you high right now? That's improbable, but okay.
But not impossible.
Alright, so we'll have one surprise round. And then we'll go ahead and start you off, Hunter.
Even though I'm not top initiative.
That's fine. Because the surprise round doesn't really matter. It's
Okay, that's fine. Do I have enough movement to... You said this door's already open. Well,
yes, that door is open.
So I can just get down in here.
Go ahead and make a stealth.
Shrubbery.
Alright, let's try the llama dice today. Ooh, that's not any much better. 19.
Alright, well, never mind the llama dice, I guess.
19 is your overall stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled nat 3 on initiative and a nat 4 on that stealth roll.
Oof.
Yeah. We're off to a hot start.
Okay. And now this is the accurate reflection of your initiatives. I
I
remembered. Okay.
And I could still shoot, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's, Thank you. Gee, I wish I had some, superiority dice left. What seems to be a bigger, more ominous threat at the moment, the bat or the vampire?
The bat pirate.
The vampire is static. The bat is like fighting. So
Okay.
I'll let you decide off of that. Because it's kind of your call. Like the bat is distracted, but he's like active.
Is the bat up in the air at the
Yes,
moment?
he is flying.
Okay, so
So I'm gonna do
I don't have
is-
vantage on him then, do I?
No.
Okay. So I guess that helps narrow it down. I guess I'd open up on the vampire then.
I don't have a flying? Oh, well. The physical effect then, he is flying.
I don't even have my action surge. Alright, open up on the vampire.
Alright.
And those are auto crits, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still want dice rolls?
Well, I mean, if you get a 1 with halfling luck and then you reroll the 1, you still get a 1.
Right.
So,
You said I have vantage,
yes.
so how about a 26 to hit?
That's a hit.
Yeah. What is all the die on that? That's gonna be 3d6, and I get the double that. It's 33 piercing for
Okay.
a shot. Actually, you know what? I was going to use one of my metal arrows here. Make that 34 damage.
Okay.
That's what I was looking at beforehand. I was like, you know what? I haven't used some of my special arrows. I should probably do that. But I didn't declare. Second attack. Ooh, 23 to hit?
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, another 1d6 though. So get the double. Ooh, nice. Max damage. 28 piercing.
Okay.
Alrighty, and a 25 to hit.
Okay.
Oh, another 28.
Alright. 3 of your arrows pierce like the center dead ring of where his like the gap in his back armor is. And but he doesn't like pain react, he just like slowly turns his head.
Of course.
Alright. That was
That was nice.
minor.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just go from sequence then. Jeremy.
So,
You guys are up in the temple opening at the top. The door is open. Miner has snuck down to take
Into
the
the
sniper
shrubbery.
shots. What would you like to do? That is enclosed, by the way. I just left it open so that you guys could see inside, but that is an enclosed area with just the doors open.
Yeah.
The only
What's going on down here?
This is a line of vampire soldiers fighting your army of humans, Gith, and bullywugs. You do see, obviously, next to her, Bee Stinger at the very front line is Rune.
Okay. That is a bat.
That is a giant bat. That is the same giant bat that you lit on fire when you were here.
It's also flying.
Yes, it is also flying, so it's like up in there.
What can I want to poke my head out the side of the door. What is the vampire lord like? What is his attention at right now?
You just saw Miner like put a triple ring of arrows in his back, so he now is slowly turning around.
I thought Miner shot the bat. Okay, so Miner's got the attention of the vampire.
The vampire, yes.
Is there a window out of this room other than this door?
No, there's a single stone entrance.
Okay. Because I want to get down and help the ground troops.
Okay.
Because I think the sooner we can get rid of the vampire forces...
If you want, you can like sneak your way down next to the top of the ziggurat and then make your way.
What time of day is it?
It's
I mean, obviously it's not day.
I'd say like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Just dark.
It's dark. You guys started this assault at like sundown, and then it's been about 6 hours.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll a stealth check to basically like fucking like Titanfall slide down the hill kind of.
Okay.
A 8 stealth.
So you're more like apexing, where you just hear every crevice of your leg just scraping.
Yeah.
Mike, would you do me a favor? Take his mini and put it next to the ziggurat here on the ground floor. There you go. All right. That was a movement. Do you want to take another move?
I like to think.
Yeah, I'll double move up to the
fail armies
edge,
where
like
dude's
the corner.
doing something
Reach up
stupid
his
down like a
reach.
sand dune, and all of a sudden he's just like, and he just keeps falling and falling and falling and falling.
Like those skiers that go something.
Yeah.
Catch something, they're just like.
Jesse. Ragnar just stealthily slid down the side of the ziggurat there.
So that's at
Heated
least
himself
good news
up.
for me on my stealth roll, because any attention that I may have drawn was now pulled from.
Can I say something as a reaction, even though it's not my turn? I'll just say that I plan to try and take care of that first.
Okay.
Which one?
You're gonna do the math?
Okay. I'm gonna try and mind control it.
I will step forward and make my presence known to Vampire Lord.
The door fell off the hinge the second I went around. Boom.
I mean, that's how you do it.
Jesse, making an entrance.
Oh, I think you.
All flamboyant and shit.
The door flies off the hinge as you stride out, drown in your hand, glowing blue. So it's like that anime, like spirit aura, kind of like bubbling off of you at the top of the stairs. And then there's a red one from Hakan at the bottom as you kind of like lock eyes and do that like
Medicine.
yeah. All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'll
I was like, hopefully.
Just Duel of the Fate starts playing.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Don't hum it too accurately or I'll get content flagged.
All women are queens. If she breathes, she's a thought.
It's so funny.
It's funny because I don't get it.
You don't get that video?
I'm gonna fire Eldritch Blast at him.
Magic missile.
All right.
It's gonna be four shots.
I
Okay.
mean, Jared, as long as you say, hey, that's a really good song, it's just free use or fair
Yeah, just
use
gotta
on
cut
criticism.
I got a nat 20,
Oh, I remember the first time I
19.
This is a great song for D&D.
Leave me an
and two
erection.
12s.
What was the first one?
A nat 20, 19, and 2 12s.
The crit hits. The other ones do not hit.
The 19 doesn't hit?
No. He's got, once you get a good look at Hakan, he's got stone plates as like almost a plate mail armor on.
Oh.
So you're able to get past his 20 AC.
Wait, do spells crit?
No.
No crit.
Well, you know
I
what?
think some of them do.
I will allow it because in Celasta, spell script. So,
Is it what?
Celeste.
that game I played,
Oh,
the 5th
okay,
edition,
okay.
they let spell script. So I'm gonna,
That old man card game, Celeste.
yeah, Canasta.
He takes 10.
10. Okay.
Well, we play it Thursday nights at the bingo hall.
I thought that was a character in Bugs Bunny. Nasty Celesta? Nasty Canasta?
If I saw him, I'd recognize him.
I want to say it was one of the other. Well, usually with Yosemite Sam, there was Nasty Canasta that was playing cards. I think, if I remember right.
Yeah.
So the first one hits him
Easily.
solidly in the chest, but the other ones kind of like hit and then bounce off of like his armor. And he kind of just stands there and narrows. You see his red eyes narrow. You must be what it was, hampering my plans.
Depending where she-
But no,
Yeah,
I
well,
am your end.
Steal that soul.
All right,
Make them your soul.
Micah and Jared, you're the only two left for the surprise rounds. Who would like to go next?
Do that. Just because we're at the bottom of the totem pole, it makes us go at the same time.
Yeah, right.
Nasty canasta. Nasty canasta.
How high up
Oh,
is
okay,
the
yeah.
bat from where
I do
I'm
know him.
His level,
visuals.
he is about 40 feet up in the air.
at? Okay. Okay, yeah, you should be within range. I'm gonna try id insinuation.
Okay.
He has to make a wisdom saving throw. The bat does.
Okay.
You know, the Batman.
The bat, man.
13.
Fight.
Are you gonna make him batty?
You lock
Let me
eyes.
finish the spell. Huh?
You lock eyes with him, and you realize that this bat has a strange, like almost human-like intelligence. He must be very, very old.
Oh man, I didn't steal your pun yet.
No.
That's a
Just
trick.
it is. He is more like usually like giant bats like this. You would not think are like that intelligent. But this has been like a weird.
He's been reading Hooked on Phonics.
He has been really hooked on phonics.
No, it's a trick. He's the actual vampire lord, just in bat form.
Oh. I see.
And the one I shot is just an idiot.
The second in command.
Takes a d12. Psychic damage. 8d12. Oh, 8 psychic damage. 8d12s would be nice. And then I will spend an additional.
Alright.
8. Okay. Since I'm power boosting it, I'm using my bonus action to induce the creature to act out its base desires. The creature becomes charmed by you for the duration of the power, which is up to 1 minute. I have to maintain concentration on it.
Okay.
While the target is charmed this way, it must use its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that I mentally choose. The target can act normally on its turn if I don't choose anything, or if it gets out of my reach. If the power ends, it's no longer charmed.
Okay.
So on each of its turns, it can use its action to make another saving throw.
Okay. Alright. And as you see that purple aura of Micah's his head gets purple, and then the head of the creature gets a purple aura around it, linking the power with the creature. And his eyes kind of like rolling back into his head, just the whites of his eyes. Jared.
And that was the guy on the stairs?
That was the
That's
bat.
Oh, the bat. Okay, even better. Okay. Now I gotta ask you, summoned it after we fell down the hole initially. How long do I have left of my spirit?
How long does it last?
An hour, I believe.
I'd say about 30 minutes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you could pass the red one to Micah, please, and put him next to me for frame of reference. Thank you.
That charmed ring.
Are you moving?
I'm gonna stay in the little room, but I am gonna just keep it simple and lob a firebolt at Broski on the stairs there.
Okay.
They're at least gonna have to move up to the door.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Line of sight, perfect. Thank you kindly.
That door falling was perfect because it like I didn't mean for it to do it. Yeah, but it looks like I don't know. It just looks
For
natural.
dramatic effect,
Yeah.
of course.
Or Jesse went to open it and it just fell off. It is an old temple.
Okay, roll with it.
Okie doke. Dirty 20 to hit.
20 to hit on the vampire. That's
Yeah.
a hit.
Okay. No. Okay. Having that spirit helps. 25. 25 unresistible unless he has super duper magic powers.
Okay.
Which he probably does.
Alright.
And then
You
I'll
hit him in
come
the chest with it, and then you see like he this is the first thing that he kind of like winces at, and he like looks up, and his eyes have been red, like narrowed, now they're kind of like big for a second, and then like anger kind of sets in.
Okay. I will command the spirit if anything comes our way, take us outside the building
Okay.
toward me. Like
Okay.
me the player.
All right, we then go to actual initiatives. Jeremy, you are up first.
I'm gonna assume that the Vampire Lord have his attention fully taken.
You have seen the exchange between like the casters and the vampire. Yeah.
Sorry. I think I could double move and get to a vampire. Actually, here, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stealth move up, John.
Okay, I mean I can move you. That's fine.
I got it, but
Jared, I could
it'd be easier for me to do than explain. I'm gonna sneak up into this tree line here.
Okay.
Boink. And stealth. 14 plus 3, 17.
Okay. Not that you know you don't have not noticed any of the back line of vampires notice you.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe that's his real birth name and he's ashamed of it.
Is defensive action still a thing?
Yes, dodge.
Real name.
Okay, I'll do that in case if somebody sees me and comes to attack me.
Okay.
I'll do that.
So everything against you will have disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We then go to the people that tied for second initiative, the Bat and Haklan. Ooh. It's like that was very improbable, but okay. All right. So the Bat is charmed by you. What do you want him to do?
I will have him melee attack the front line down there.
Okay. So,
I think I can only have him melee attack. Yeah, he can melee attack them.
okay. Just a single attack or a multi-attack?
Make a melee attack.
A melee?
He's going to use a bite. And he's going to miss. But that is his action.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm guessing that at least draws their attention.
Draws their ire. First the trolls, now our own pet.
So it wasn't a Hydra.
Yeah. All hiding.
Turns his attention. Alright. Haklan. And you stealthed, right, Minor?
Yes.
Okay. What level spell did you use on that bat, Micah?
Well, it's not a spell. It was a combat mode.
Okay. What's your caster level?
Oh, now you're speaking gibberish, son.
It'd be just your
Normal.
yeah.
16.
All right. He's gonna try to mix magic and psionics here.
Crossing the streams.
And it does not work. You see Haklan like look at his bat, and he raises his hand and does a gesture, and you see him try to cast Dispel Magic on that mind link, and it hits, and it like static. You get static for a second, but it holds strong because so it could affect it, but he failed. With that, he kind of looks back at you, controlling him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's going to bonus action dash to get up to Jesse. So he walks right past you, but he goes to you, Jesse. And that is the end of his turn. We then go to Jesse.
Well, ain't that nice? He moved right up to you. So he's right up on me?
Yes.
Get over here.
in your grill.
I'm gonna reach out and touch him.
He's in melee range with you, so he has his great sword out now.
How great is it?
Pretty great.
It's alright.
It's alright.
Hey, baby, what's your touch AC?
I was working in the lunchroom, Frankie. It's alright. It's alright.
It's not a great sword, but it's a good sword.
I thought of James when I went to go move your figure and you kick down the door. I thought of Coolio. I kicked the door off the motherfucking hinges. I'm out the closet.
I'm going to reach out and touch him and cast Bestow Curse.
Okay.
He's like, bitch, I'm a vampire. I am cursed. Oh, yeah.
I was there when the old magic was written.
Yeah. 22.
On
Saving throw.
Wisdom's he saves.
He kind of just looks down at your hand and like looks back up. We're going to fight or exchange pleasantries.
This is what a warm hand feels like.
He just goes,
Kiss.
so long.
Well, actually,
Just been lonely.
John, read the first part and you tell me, would he get disadvantage on Wisdom before or after? Like if it was best one?
No, because you have to get through, but you have to pick when you cast.
Gotcha.
You can't be successful and then pick.
I've always kind of
Wait.
interpreted it by the order in which it's written.
Yeah.
How does Arcane Defilement work? I haven't done that yet, but I know this is the sort of situation where it works.
Well, all right.
Hey,
I've heard that word used in this sentence so many
you can
times.
use a bonus action when casting any spell of level 1 or higher. The caster may choose to draw excessive life energy from those around themselves. Each living creature within 10 feet becomes poisoned until the end of their next turn.
Damn, I'm glad I got out
Yeah, each space within 10 feet becomes difficult terrain and is considered blighted. You cannot defile unblighted terrain, so meaning you can only do it once within 10 feet.
Yeah, I can't keep doing that.
Spell gains the following effects. Spell attacks are made at advantage. Spells that require saving throws have their victims roll the save at.
Show again.
Do it. I declare Arcane Defilement.
Okay.
I didn't take my hand off my dice, John. It didn't just count.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have to roll anything. He rolls at disadvantage.
He fails, but he's going to burn a legendary resistance.
I fucking knew it.
So, all of you see Jesse. This is the first time Jesse's. You've seen any of your people do this. You see him cast, and then his aura. He gets a black aura around him, like smoke, and then all of the greenery around, like all the vegetation on the rock, withers and just spreads out in a circle around Jesse. You want to trigger your teleportation?
Yeah,
You teleport
something coming
back.
at me, yeah.
Yes. So you teleport back. You see that defilement approaching you. What do you want to do? I'll say as a reaction you can jump down. But that's your reaction.
Yeah, I'll just fucking John Woo my way down here.
All right.
If you could move me right next to you, Micah, that's where I had him teleported. Yep. Like up against the wall, maybe.
You want to be on the cool altar?
Hey, yeah, bring the altar. It's a party. Perfect. Thank you.
It's an alternate location.
Oh!
You feel like you have dipped into, like, well, how come nobody does this? Because like it casting your magic always feels like it's a very like I just did it. Like it's almost like you have just enough to do it. Now it's like I can do this all day, but then now you look around you and like that purplish blackish circle of blighted area is now surrounding you and the vampire.
There's a price to pay.
The vampire tilts his head and says, "Oh, well, I wasn't aware I was fighting one of my own."
How about you
Kinda
put your hand
smiles.
back on me?
Your own.
Things are gonna get real weird.
I do what you do, but better.
Defilement is the only true path to enlightenment.
Indeed.
Can't tell you how many
Agreed,
people
lad.
have to.
Anything else?
I have a whole file of them.
No, that's an action, so.
Okay. All right. We then go from you 2 minor.
If I,
Turn back town.
right? Okay.
Y'all are so sweet. My goodness.
I'm just gonna be like in the bushes.
Same wavelength. More, no, they're shit on the same.
I don't really want to draw his
Quoting
attention
Family
yet,
Guy from
so
the
I don't
90s.
know if you probably want another stealth roll.
Oh, after you do this, he's gonna take a legendary action.
Damn it. Well, that's a 17.
Okay.
These dice do not like the stealth rolls tonight.
He doesn't notice you, but you see like the figure of his hand go up and back, and then like immediately afterwards, he's already completed the swing. Jesse, 24 to hit you with a greatsword. It's gonna be 17 slashing damage, and then as the blade hits you, you get hit with this wave of necrotic energy.
I am resistance.
You're gonna take only 5 points of that necrotic energy. But from the little nips you felt from the sword, like the other swords that are kind of the copies of this sword, coming from the actual like bladed sword itself is like a cobra bite, like into your flesh. Cobra.
Cobra Kai never die.
Okay. That was his legendary action.
Okay.
So can continue to do him.
I think it might be wise to try and see. I'm assuming it's just more than her down there.
Yeah,
There's
this is
probably-
the whole
yeah,
front
that's what I
of
figured.
yeah.
So I will try and the guy that's kind of by himself there. This one.
Yeah.
I got a shot on him.
Okay.
I'll see if I can help thin the herd for them.
I heard probably one of the best dog names I've ever heard on TikTok today. And it's this girl, she's going outside and she keeps going, Captain! 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 And she's looking around, she can't find, I'm like, this is the genius name for a dog, because if you're going to yell or have to get his attention, it always sounds urgent. And then she turns around, the dog's on the roof. Basically what he did was he crawled up from their garage, and then behind the garage the roof goes down enough that they have piles of like wood piled up and stacked, so he just went up the wood, went up the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Got on there. Of course he's a golden retriever.
Of course.
Of course, yeah. Smart.
14 hit.
Actually, no.
Yeah, I
No, yeah.
fucking rolled shit. Dirty 20.
That one does hit.
Is there an ally next to him? Is he in melee? Is there an ally within 5 feet?
Not technically, because there's a front. These are like, okay, I'm gonna tip my hand. These are the vampires that can get involved in this fight.
Okay.
But there are more. But you have
These
pulled.
are the important ones.
These are the important ones.
These are the ones with names.
They're the
Yes.
important ones. 21 piercing.
Okay.
My last attack, same guy.
These ones have health bars.
Hey, same roll.
Yeah, these ones have health bar.
Oh, hey, same roll in damage too. So another 21.
Okay.
So
He is bloodied.
42 damage on him.
With the dog name thing, though, that was my dad was like, why would you ever want to name your dog Spot? When you want him to get to you, you yell, come, Spot, come, Spot. Yeah.
I'm gonna name a dog Stain now.
Yeah.
How steep is that side?
He likes to drink a lot of water. What? What's your problem?
You ever seen him around a sprinkler?
Yeah. John, how steep is that side? If I
Ask Jeremy.
It's
I would probably need spider climb, probably.
to like just run down it.
No, if I wanted to just kind of step out onto it.
I mean, you could do an athletics test. It's,
Yeah, I'm not looking to like.
Running it a certain way, then I go back out.
If I'm not
It's rough.
I-
it's rough hewn stone. It's not like a smooth surface.
okay. Just wondering if I need to get a little distance from the vampire, but still kind of keep some spot.
I mean, he just
Like,
moved
not in my
lightning
favor.
fast. Like,
Like a guy
so you can tell he's got actions he can take between people's turns.
Yeah.
So like
That's
that's
true.
kind of like you just saw him draw and complete a swing in like an eye blink.
Okay.
So if he notices you in those bushes,
He did the anime thing where
yeah.
All right, I'll end the turn there for now.
Okay, you gonna still hide? Keep your hide? Okay.
Still hide.
All right. Micah.
I'm going to maintain my action of the charm.
Okay.
And I'm going to do another d12 psychic damage to it. Another 4.
Okay. For me, it's literally, if I ever get a turn,
Yeah.
we're in for it.
I mean, I'm glad he did that because originally Hakan was gonna jump on the bat and fly around and cast.
Oh, boner.
Yeah.
Actually, not the good kind.
Well,
And Jared, you are
You're
next.
telling those jokes on the way here. Damn it.
Slingerland, Slinger hardly knew her.
Oh!
Damn it.
That's me.
Okay, Jared.
Okay. So I'm gonna peek up around the corner and sling a firebolt again at him.
Okay.
Just kind of half cover, that sort of stuff.
Oh,
Dirty 22.
22 is a
This
hit.
time. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Bogan. Peter Piper picked a peck of what? Pickles. No, I'm sorry.
18, 24, 25, 26, 27 fear damage.
27.
Mocking a patient.
And then
Yeah.
I've never been more proud of you.
I'm gonna have the fire spirit teleport us back inside, but out of the range of that rock, because it was 10 foot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go. Here, I'm gonna get a little awkward
Is that
here.
line of sight, that teleportation?
It's in any direction.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry. Ooh, okay, well then. I'm assuming this is probably about safe range, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Yes, Oracle Cat, you did. Did you see the,
No, I
Chapter
wasn't
Jeremy.
working around there.
Alright.
Boner, not the good time to
Sure
get
did.
fun.
so I'm going to move up.
Stop pissing in the bushes there.
Jump overhead with both hands with my weapon.
Okay. Go ahead and grab. I'll give you advantage on this one. It's like a surprise attack.
Our smash.
Yeah.
Probably the 4.
Well, I'm rolling at a plus 10, so 14.
That's actually a miss. I'm sorry.
It's-
Alright, well, I got 2 more
They
attacks.
said the things that catch my attention.
18. Do I have advantage on all attacks first?
Just the first one.
Alright, so 18 for the second one,
That's a hit.
and then a 15 for the third.
That's a hit.
Alright.
You have deciphered the AC of the enemy.
I suspect the owners catch lots of people's intentions.
A process of elimination.
I think that the vampire was like not even paying attention, and all of a sudden, shwoom, and he was like, "Whoa!"
And all of a sudden, it's just like, fucking Dwayne the Rock Johnson swinging a goddamn hammer.
No, it'd have to be like Keanu Reeves in your favorite movie there.
Whoa! He's grown, young.
He's gonna take 38 damage.
Damn.
Some of it is fire. Some of it is fire damage.
All right.
We'll leave it up to you to
I'll
decide.
let you choose how much it is.
Okay.
I know it's not extra damage, just it just helps with their resistance or whatever.
It does actually. So these 3, I rolled the initiative on the vampires. Now that they've been engaged in combat, they also got a 19. So every one of the enemies is going to act on the same turn. So let's go. All right.
Hi. Oh.
3. These 3 surround you. So the line gives a bit here. Let me
Two more
do.
lyrics I know what's that song. I-O, let's go.
I thought it was 8.
There's more.
What?
More lyrics than that.
Yeah. Let's go.
Well, and then he always ends it with something that sounds questionably like, let's
Blitzkrieg Bop!
Oh, yeah.
get fucking, is what it sounds like he says. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know.
I still can't over this. Started playing Christmas songs, but I can never not hear "Let's have some fucking pie" instead of pumpkin pie.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What's that most wonderful time of the year?
What's your AC, Jeremy?
24.
Was that Tales of Glories and Scary Stories and
Miss.
or like and Carolyn out in the snow. I'm like, what did Carolyn do? What did Carol do? They just left her out in the snow.
Drunk out in the front of the
I'd say she's face down.
Too much. Too much rock.
2 hits.
Hey, this snow
No,
angel's
20
got
yeah, no,
vomit.
22.
Picture she's like half in the snow-covered hedges and then half in the snow below it.
Like Peter Griffin when something hits him or he trips and he
Yeah.
just like is a mangled mess afterwards.
Alright. Jeremy, you are going to take...
Gargantuo damage.
That TikTok I sent you with Peter, Brian, and Chris puking.
I've seen that make the round.
9 points of necrotic damage and
skeletons.
20 points of slashing.
I think I said that to you too, Jesse.
Where there's like 3 skeletons puking up water.
Okay, I think it's done.
The other vampires here, kind of confused by the fact that their own bat is attacking them, are just going to stand here and take dodge actions. So they're just they're like gonna poke at it, but not like we have to wait for it to get off of off of this debuff.
Yep.
These guys are gonna try to look to see if they can figure out who's doing it. They have a 16. Give me a stealth.
Oh, there you are. I was like, where did you go? You're
Where did I go?
well, all I see is bushes and like a little bit of blue sticking out. From my angle.
6.
Okay. They do see you casting at the bat. 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. This line breaks. And so now I'm going to add rune into the count.
Sweet snow.
All according to plan.
Now that flank can turn and envelop.
Sadly, Rune did not get a 19.
She got a 20.
I'm going to put her on your initiative. She got a 13, so you guys will act together.
Get our act together.
Alright, so Stinger kind of ambles up and she's on its back with like her... I'll say she has like a spear. And she kind of sees like, "You're alive!" And she puts her hands up and kind of reinvigorates her. She charges into battle, sees that these vampires are kind of gunning for you. End that turn. We then go to Haklan. He's going to stand where he is.
What team are you? 'Cause I'm assuming you're doing challenge 3.
Palps, Malix, Nihilus, Badstilla, and Revan.
I subbed out Vader for Nihilus, and I seem to be having better luck.
Nihilus, they got specters in there?
It's really nice to have a one-hit kill on.
He was around before Spectres, actually.
Yeah.
And by the same company.
What's your AC?
19.
Actually,
2 hits coming your way.
Oh my god.
Okay.
When did Coach 2 come out?
Before the end of the Xbox.
What?
So yes, before Mass
Oh yeah,
Effect.
you're right.
Yeah.
He was saying, I don't know that it came out before Mass Effect. I'm like,
I forget Mass Effect was basically 360 launch,
yeah.
Yeah.
and KOTOR was.
I mean, they probably named Nihilus after Dark Nihilus.
Oh, what did they?
Well, I mean,
Facebook post
Drew
recently?
Karpyshyn wrote both series.
For both series, yeah.
That Mass Effect 1 is 15 years old now.
It is.
God.
2006.
2007.
What gear score is your Nihilus, Jesse?
He's a Relic 5.
Okay, first swing, Jesse, is going to be 13 points of slashing, 6 points of necrotic. I already have it.
Okay.
Second slash is going to be 11 points of slashing, excuse me, and only 5 points of necrotic. He's then going to bonus action disengage. 2, 3.
Oh, nice.
Actually, he's gonna stay right here. He does kind of like a sort of a Alucard like Phantom Vision slide backward down the stairs with the sword drawn, and that is going to be his turn. We then go to Minor. I'm sorry, Jesse. We go to you.
Where do you move to?
He slid next to the stairs. He bonus action disengaged and then got away from you.
Oh, that's him.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the loincloth, or Whatever that is.
Yeah, it's
A sash.
Kilt.
It's made of silk, thank you.
Sickle.
Mikey, could you imagine if I was wearing a kilt right now?
No. I don't want to.
Spam!
They're normally below the knee, so it's still.
I don't know, they're elevated right now.
Whew.
I don't know, does a vampire go in a torpor when you stake it with wood?
Does a bear shit in the woods?
There's a lot going on in this fight. I like this fight. There's 3 different fronts. I kind of like it.
Yeah, you've got me like, where should I focus?
No, building this tri-layer ziggurat here is a good idea.
Well, I'll tell you where John's focus is.
No, where should I focus?
Okay. Bonus action, I'm going to cast Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay.
No save, no nothing, it's just on him.
All right.
He's like, oh god, it's happening again. No, no, I know they've been.
He's not fighting it
They've
one
been a little
guy.
bit bad, yeah. Balance, that's not good.
And then I'm going to come down and swing
That's not
on him.
Steve.
That's not Steve.
All right.
You're gonna eat my foot, I'll let leverage on it.
Go all the way. Fucking slow.
Nice.
A 20 and a 27.
20 and 27 both hit.
Anybody ever complains about my Beyond Dead Little Dogs love myself?
Yeah, right. Oof. Why is with the oofing over here?
I still have
I
this
do
curiosity.
I do have radiant damage among my pool.
Okay.
because it's regeneration.
That is a factor, yes.
I still have this curiosity. What a potion?
Yeah?
It's been a while. I don't know if John remembers what it is, but
Yeah. It has been a while.
$39 for the first hit.
Okay.
oh, son of a bitch! I just remembered what I should have done.
$44 for the second hit.
Okay. All right. You see his eyes narrow.
Oh, you in trouble now?
You all see one of those blows like shattered one of the pauldrons of his stone armor like on his shoulder. He is going to legendary action cast.
Oh, look.
I got a couple of things I could do.
That was the thing when I first started playing D&D back in 3.5. They like, oh, play a cleric, so I did. Of course, it has a spell list, so every time it came to me my turn, I'm like looking through spells, like, oh, spell book. It'd take forever.
He points. He kind of raises a hand. I'll deal with you in a moment. And closes his fist. You see a clear sphere bubble appear around you that starts to shrink, and then with the bubble, you also start to shrink. Give me a a charisma saving throw.
So, John, I just remembered I have poisons.
I'm gonna rejigger poisons. I don't like them, so I'm gonna make them a little bit more effective.
28.
Ooh, you resist the banishment spell he was just going to cast on you. So you shatter the bubble. And he kind of like, his eyes kind of widen for a second. And he goes, brings the sword back up.
He's like,
well, all right.
what is with my powers
Shame.
today?
Shame.
I just picture Jesse Skirko going, it's later.
I'm just gonna like narrow my eyes and lock this in and be like, you have no power here.
You have no power here.
You silly Billy.
Internally, silly bitch.
How did I resist that?
No, you just zoom in on a con. He's like, ah! fuck. All right. We then go down a level to right over here to minor. Yep.
How much effort would it be for me to get a poison out and start?
Using a use item, I believe, is a minor action.
Wow.
So it's a free action for me.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Wow.
I don't have actions listed on my thing here. Like I said, I believe it's a minor action. You get a use object action.
Yeah, because isn't there a rogue ability that lets you use item as a bonus action?
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm just trying to recall.
I'm trying to remember Celesta.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Because they have your actions like full action, bonus action, move.
Oh, okay.
At the
That's
bottom,
pretty
so-
nifty, yeah. Oh, Poppy. Oh, that's like...
How many of those?
I love being all the way
Oh, I do have some of those left. All right.
the last tier. Fucking getting wiped. All that time. I'm not even gonna try a second. Too much investment for the little reward.
All right, John.
That happens for the whole game, Jeremy.
No, because here's the thing. Get a 3-star. Done.
I know.
Just auto.
All right, John. If I can,
Ticket.
I'll break out his poison
Okay.
and
Now I tell myself.
still use him like I did before. I
Never
get
have to
them
worry
for
about
rest of the battle.
Mhm.
Or okay.
I'll try not
So
to.
they add more.
I'm gonna do a malice poison. It's the one where if I hit, they gotta do a DC 15 con save or become poisoned for an hour, and they're also blinded.
Okay.
So that's the one I'm gonna pop.
Almost got
Okay.
everything for Kenobi.
And I guess
I've got everybody.
how does like this structure
I
look
just need to do relics.
as far as if I wanted to, if I decided to spider climb?
That's it.
I don't think I will this turn, but
Anything that's not connected to stairs is going to take an athletics test.
okay.
But that area is now difficult terrain at the top of those stairs.
Okay.
Why?
Like there's almost like a black.
Grievous.
Because I'd love to be
tall.
further away from him, but
Else on it.
doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So I'll just shoot.
Yeah, that's what your character does.
Yeah.
I know.
Arrows preferably.
No, enemies preferably.
No, I better stay on. This is the guy I shot before, wasn't it? That was down
believe
there.
so, yes.
Okay, I'll stick with him for the moment then.
Okay. Even if it isn't, I will use the same damage as the yeah. I already have it marked, so.
All right, Skorkowski dice. Let's see what we got. Halfling luck. 18 to hit.
Hit.
Alrighty. That was concerning. DC 15 con save.
Okay. He does not make it.
Alright, he is poisoned and for an hour and therefore blinded as well.
Okay.
He takes 20 piercing.
Okay.
Do I have any idea if I know if they're being poisoned, you know, if it was effective?
I'll say yeah.
Okay.
You start to see him like rub his eyes.
Okay. I'll go to the next one this way.
Okay.
Oh, nat 18.
Nice. That's a 9, so that's another fail.
It's gonna take 19 piercing.
Okay.
And then I'll move to the next one. Is that what this was? Yeah, blinded. And then... Actually, I'll go to this one.
Okay.
Oops, let's roll my D20, not a D6. 19.
That is a hit, but I already rolled it. I got 15.
Okay, so he made that one. But either way, he is still taking, only 16 piercing. I'm gonna try and bonus action, try and hide a little better than I have been.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty confident I'm not doing as best as I could be. Ooh, there's a nat 12, so that'll be a 27.
Okay. End of your turn. Khan is going to legendary action move. Oh. You try to swing at him as he moves this way, Jesse, but you are not able to. This does not provoke attack opportunity. 2. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And he leaps down, skips, turns, and then has his his sword up. You see he's got some wounds kind of on his body now. He's gonna fight a little bit smarter than just standing against a DPSer. Alright.
3 or 4 of them.
That was his legendary action. He is out of them now, at least until his next turn. We then go to Rune. She's going to engage these here. 2 attacks.
Please!
Hit. And a hit. 2d8 plus 8. 16 against that.
See, this is where we need a Zeppelin loaded with explosives to just crash into it, right?
Right?
We've never done something like that before, have we?
Okay.
Solve all your problems by exploding zeppelins.
But you can solve most of them.
That was a step up from our normal cart.
That was the biggest thing I've exploded.
If an exploding zeppelin doesn't solve your problems, just load more explosives next time.
Bigger zeppelin. I don't know what to tell you.
It's like that saying too. It's like alcohol doesn't solve all your problems. Well, neither does milk.
There's a new Junkrat line. I forget who asks, but one of the characters asks him like, "Oh, I've heard about you. How do you get away with all your amazing heists?" And Junkrat's like, "Bombs!" And she's like, "Yeah? And what else?" He's like, "More bombs?
More bombs!"
Yeah.
I still love that. I am indefatigable.
Yeah.
Or when you do a concussion mine, you go flying. he's just enjoying.
What are you saying if you have
great.
I want to see a cartoon with him and Roadhog. I think that'd be a lot of
The
fun.
whole thing is as it
Decisions.
They say, how's that magical math working?
Whose turn is that?
you should.
Oh, did you go?
Yeah,
Galactic.
I blinded 3 guys down on the.
Too far.
Oh.
I blinded
And then-
2 of the guys that were heading toward.
And then Rune went, and then
Freesh.
your turn.
Smart.
No, I feel like I'm going to be Jack Sparrowing my way around this battle a lot.
But
Yeah.
clearly,
I'm going to maintain it still.
put the game into a state where you need to have them. So make it so difficult to have them. Because money.
I don't think they could have come up with a better name than Junker.
11 psychic damage to the bat.
That's what we've been calling her since the beginning of the game, though, so they probably didn't know to backtrack.
The more frustrated you
Well,
get,
I
the
mean,
more willing
they
you
could
are
have
to
said,
money
like,
to get
Here's for Caitlin, the Junker Queen, or whatever.
Well, it's not going to come down to money, does it?
Yeah.
I mean, they just did the reverse of what they did with Hammond. They called him his
Yeah.
fighting name instead of Hammond.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Also remember that, like, Australia became like Mad Max, while the whole rest of the world was kind of like normal. So, like, Roadhog, Junkrat, Junker Queen, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah.
I kind of think of them like Garu names. Like,
It just seemed a bit more like.
That's my turn.
You already have Junkrat.
Okay.
Junker Queen. I don't know. You could have come up with something more creative, I think. but-
Scrap heap.
Jared.
Okay. I'm gonna stay defensive here. Can I get line of sight on the big bad from here if I step closer?
Yeah, just go.
You can pop out of cover fire and then pop back into cover
Yeah,
if you
just
want.
go into the doorway.
Okay. Now is that clear of Jesse's defilement?
You can get to a position where you can fire without being.
Okay, that's what I was concerned. I don't want to stand in the
Is
fire.
that an area of effect still?
Yeah.
What's it?
It is now permanently. I'd say
10
it's
foot?
for an hour. It'll be corrosive and like whatever.
Okay.
But now nothing will ever grow there again.
That'd be pretty gross.
I mean, it was a stone floor, so no huge loss really. But all right, yeah, I'll do another firebolt on him. I'm gonna keep it simple until.
This keeps happening on my laptop. The secure boot crap. I don't know what it is. I just updated it. It's weird.
I'm assuming the 21 hits. Or did he buff himself? Okay. 23 fear damage.
Okay.
Five. Is there... I can't see from here, but the side opposite me, is there any ledge at all?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, if something comes our way, the fire spirit, I'll have him teleport us on that side of our
Okay.
cover here. And that'll be my turn.
Can do.
We're gonna pronounce fire like James Hetfield.
Jared.
Yeah.
Or Jeremy.
I'm going to continue attacking the same one I already attacked.
Okay.
One at a time till I kill him. That 13, 23 to hit.
Well, even it's on blackened, it's fire.
9,
Yeah. But it's
5. Yeah. F-I-E.
14, 24 damage.
Okay.
even what are the
23
what are they
again.
Halo on fire. Halo on fire.
15,
Still not hard.
19, 29 damage.
Alright, you cut down that one.
Move on to the next one.
Or even Falco from Smash Bros. Fire! Let's see, even you know that
17.
one because you played that game.
It's been a while.
But yes, yeah, it is.
17.
17? Yeah.
10, 15, 25 damage.
Okay.
This roll is over much of that. Even without my mistake game.
Oh yeah.
All right.
We're talking about dice. I should have looked at the dice I got. I showed
Okay,
the forecast
a lot of stuff
I
happening.
was like, hey, that's what I was looking for. I came across these. He goes, God damn it.
You've ruined this hobby for me now. I think you should almost come to expect stuff like that nowadays, though. This has become more mainstream over the last few years.
Let's do the bat.
Llama duck.
No goat dice yet.
Kill some of it.
Or Yeti.
Or they.
This gets the save, right?
Wisdom save, yep.
What's the DC?
18.
Sure, they have wolf ones, but I do have
18.
the set of the Witcher ones too.
so
That has the wolf ones.
Get that off.
Oh.
That's his turn, though.
We got trouble. Yeah, and you don't even use it.
Oh, he's pristine. Although I did take the queen out. I got the little wolf Witcher symbol on the high rolls, I think.
He's gonna see you over there fighting his other vampire, Jeremy, and he's gonna try to cast Old Person on you. Give me a Wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw. 13.
Fail. So while you're fighting, you just freeze in place.
Yep.
Akan is going to continue to stay here behind this cover. The vampires, the two blinded ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just feeling out, trying to figure out what the hell they're doing. These two are going to turn back on Rune. She's 1, 2 slashes. Okay. Rune, using the 3-strike rule of her HP, has lost 1 strike. Rolling at a +7, she was not able to overcome one of those damages.
She took a hit.
She took one of her 3 hits. Alright. So she's staving off that assault. You see her, like, starting to kind of get back on the bee. These two are gonna go
Crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll help. 1. Okay. That vampire kind of like sidles up and puts his shield next to Heklan. Gonna try to like phalanx him a little bit here. The other one is going to attack you, Jeremy. So you have 6 attacks coming your way. 24 is your AC, right?
Correct. I'm getting more.
1 hit. 2 hits. 2 hits. Sword swinging, biting your flesh. Gonna take 20 points of slashing and 9 points of necrotic. 29 points. All right. That front's done. That front's done. That front's done. Heklan moved and cast. The bat took his turn. That is all of my characters. We then go to Jesse.
Where he at?
He retreated down this way.
Oh no, he didn't. I will move my maximum 3 feet towards him.
2, 6.
Do I have line of sight of him?
He has half cover, but you can cast against him. Yes.
Is that a vampire next to him?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take Trone. Rip it at that vampire.
Okay.
He's gonna probably be safe over here.
That's the idea. Guided strike. The Bendy guided strike. So that is a 24.
Oh, that's a big hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Okay. Half his health, basically. Alright. Not quite bloody, but almost.
And bonus action, I will call Drown back to me.
Okay.
I'm afraid to touch it because then it'll just go out for this.
Yeah.
Minor and...
I feel like right now I'm just a condition spreader, which... Okay. Let's see if I can hit the bat.
Okay, I want you to think about this.
It's blind. Fair enough. Fair enough.
As a bat.
Bats aren't blind.
No.
They still use echolocation.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that's because they're flying around so fast.
Did you ever toss little rocks up, see him dive for them?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, in that case, let's go for the one closest to me that's engaged with Jeremy.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a nat 17.
And he did not pass, so that is a blind.
He'll take 16 piercing.
Running out of rings.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I feel like I'm a condition spreader right now.
The Lord of the Rings, if you will.
I'll switch over to this one here in front of.
Okay.
I can never remember her name. Rune.
Rune Amok is her name.
Rune Amok. Fair enough.
Minor might name her? I named her, like, how would Minor name a character?
In the spirit of Minor. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ooh, that's a 26 to hit.
That's a hit. That is another failed save.
All right, 18 piercing.
All right.
Oh, we're out of those, huh? I burned. Okay. Because I was thinking about seeing if I could blind the big bad. But he does have legendary resistances.
He does.
Then again,
You get him to use
yeah, but then again, I can get him to use him up. All right, let's try it. Let's see if I can hit him. I will actually drop sharpshooter just to see if I can make sure to hit him.
Okay.
Yeah. Oof. Halfling luck. 2 of those now, Skorkowski. Oh, to a natural 16. Yeah, how about a 31 to hit?
It's a net 19 in that resistance, but go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Not to be a minor, but
17 piercing.
doesn't hold person make you helpless? So aren't all attacks crits?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did that after.
Okay.
Yeah. They attacked first. It was like, fuck. What is Cyclone gonna do? Oh, he'll hold person.
No, and I was like, okay, either these guys hit really weak or John's forgetting to crit. I don't know.
It was a sequencing
Gotcha.
of actions. Yeah.
That's a deal. $1 each.
Did you get that 17?
17?
damage?
Okay.
Yeah, 17 piercing.
All right.
Yeah. Does my previous stealth roll carry over? Or should I
You have to
roll it?
re-stealth every time you break stealth to fire. So.
Okay. Alright, Skorkowski, what we got? Not 5, so a 20. Dirty 20.
Okay.
Come on.
Haklon does make you, because he rolled nat 17. He sees your head bow back down, and you don't hear him, but the camera. That little rat. All right. I'm going to legendary action. Oof. Gonna move on her. All right. Her turn. She sees Haklon coming at her. She's going to. Gonna disengage. Flies.
Cue some Lenny Kravitz.
This is super distracting. There. Okay. I'm just gonna rule it out for now. I don't want to burn my house down over a LED bulb.
Alright, well, physical effect, whatever, she's in the air. You see her. As Cyclone, like, fangs out, like, was gonna go grab her off the beam. So she's out, for right now, at least. Micah.
Oh, that's good. That makes this choice a lot easier. How high up did she disengage?
I'll say the bee can fly at a speed of, like, 30 feet per round. So I'll say she's 30 feet. Actually, he's gonna take an attack opportunity. And miss anyway, okay.
Alright. I forgot that, because I never use it on creatures, but you can detonate only certain types of creatures, otherwise you have to do objects.
Okay.
Medium or small construct, plants, or undead. I was like, oh yeah, there's all these vampires right here running after me. Just kaboom! But I'm not going to do it on him because he probably has legendary resistances. So I'm going to explode.
Now, does it? How far out does this explosion reach?
20 feet.
He's got a few human grenades next to him.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, see, look, it just pops up like this. I don't know what the fuck it's.
That's
System 32, whatever,
that's what
and then
he
it pops
said.
back down. I don't know what the fuck is happening.
What is it?
My laptop just has a black box that says System 32, whatever, boot file, and then it goes back down.
I had that on my old PC, and I come to find out it was a Far Cry 3 launcher.
Oh.
That I wasn't even playing the game at the time, but it was just an old application doing its system startup stuff.
Oh, okay.
It could be that.
It sounds
I
like
have no idea where you'd start your search, but
I would just Google it, honestly.
Maybe Teams. Maybe Microsoft Teams trying to.
Could be, yeah.
Gross.
Because that runs in the background.
What's that
I'm
close
going
one
to
there?
explode this one here.
Alrighty. Oh, that's why you were asking how far away Rune flew away.
Yep.
Okay.
Originally, I was going to do that pillar, but she was too close. And then she was like, "Whoop," and I'm like, oh, okay. But then I reread it. I'm like, oh, I can do any of these guys. Okay.
Zero.
Yeah, that was like one of the first sounds I added to the soundboard. I'm like, I know I'm going to use this and
Oh,
a
yeah.
fart noise all the time, so those are my first two things on the soundboard.
Yeah, it wakes people up.
It sure did. I can't believe that worked. That was the best part of it. When we were playing strictly online for COVID.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the last times.
Actually,
No, so I was still at home.
Anyway, but yeah, when we were strictly online, we had all concluded the meeting for the night, and he had been silent for the last 10 minutes of the game. So after
he
you
was
guys
asleep,
all
yeah.
left the Discord, I'm like, I'm sorry, Aaron, you might hate me, but you'll hate us stiff neck more. I cranked up the volume as loud as I could and put my microphone up to a speaker and played the loud fart noises I have. And then I heard him go, huh?
okay. Actually, I read it more. If
Okay.
they have an intelligence of 4 or higher, it fails.
Okay.
Or if they have 100 hit points
Okay.
or more, it fails. So I'm actually just going to do the pillar.
The pillar. Okay.
instead.
Still works.
So that'll hit the bat too.
Yeah, there you go. Alright.
So they're probably thinking undead critters like rats and shit like that.
It's 20,
Skelly zombies.
Skeletons, yeah.
Yeah, it's 20 feet in every direction.
Okay. He failed. Bat failed.
Dex saving throw.
Yes. This one we got a nat 20. The one next to the pillar got a nat 20.
It exploded out the other way.
The blind one fails. And Haklan fails. He's going to spend that second legendary resistance. Is it half damage for fails or for succeeds? Okay, so he's still going to take half damage.
Okay. And then
Boom!
this one here.
Yep.
Oh, fail as well.
I do all those.
So he passed
with speed.
everyone else, and he passed. That's it. Oh, and him too. The other vampire. He also failed. So yes, these are the only two that passed.
Rather,
All right.
obviously, speed primary arrow.
Skeletons.
Do you want his potency? Because with Palpatine, he gets a turn meter every time he applies a dot.
All systems.
That's
Using the leader.
Correct, as long as Palpatine. But yeah, the more potency you have, the more dodge.
21 fire damage.
Okay.
Potent. Oh, motherfucker got Star Killer. Come on,
I don't want to hear that shit.
Cool. I'm kind of angry that I got that stupid fucking droid. Now that I see that I could have gotten.
Any of the other
Dash or-
people you needed for that?
Yeah. Because the only one I have fully unlocked is Mara.
I have Mara, she's Relic 5. I've got just got Dash Relic 5. And then when I did that one, I got Kyle. So he's Relic 5
The
too.
pillar explodes. This one miraculously at an angle where none of the shrapnel hits him like directly, but it immolates the one vampire next to it. Haklan has to like kind of pull up his arms and like block with the sword. Chip's like taking bits off his armor still, but he does save that. And then when the smoke clears, you just see a pile of ash next to the one pillar. And Haklan like pulls down his sword, and he's got some scorch marks on his his helmet.
Just
but
dust.
he's still up.
Did it hit the bat?
It did, yes, and I'll say at the bat. I do have to record his damage. Thank you for reminding me.
One vampire is doing the thing from Austin Powers where his robot wife exploded.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh, thank
right.
God.
We then go to Jared.
Okay. With that pillar exploding, getting my attention, do I have line of sight on him?
Yeah.
Okay. I think chipping away is probably the thing to do from up here. So
You have locked down his regeneration this whole match.
cool.
He hasn't been able to regenerate once.
22.
Hit.
Nice.
It's this Quicksilver thing got me an attack or two in tonight. The boon that you gave me.
Clover's gave me clown juice.
Another 23.
All right.
And then same deal with Fire Spirit. If anything comes toward us, port us north. Or, well, north to me anyway, but...
So you know, clown juice is just... Or, clown juice is just their jizz, right?
Jeremy.
But
It tastes a little funny, though.
Go ahead. Roll me a save.
Save, what kind? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Lower this
I
time.
think a big
Okay.
goofy,
You were still paralyzed. You're the whole person.
Yeah.
All right.
With the scrubs where the Ted, the lawyer, talking about his sperm. Doctor says they just swim in circles. Apparently it's from all the bicycling.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
I forgot about that.
3 crits. Okay.
Uh-oh.
3 crits coming your way, Jeremy.
Uh-oh.
One of them's gonna get disadvantage on a roll. Use my green.
She's over
Can I
there.
activate
You
it
down
as a
it
free
from-
action when I'm with help person?
Okay. What I'm going to tell you, because you're getting auto-critted because you're paralyzed.
Oh,
So anything that hits you is going to auto-crit.
Okay.
Do you still want to save it on an auto-crit? Okay. Because even if I roll just enough to hit you, it still counts as a crit.
Blind guy rolled with a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, because he's attacking a paralyzed target, it evens out.
Fair enough.
Okay, so first one coming your way.
It helps, Jeremy. I can shoot you and you'll be blinded. That way you won't see it coming.
Okay, I rolled almost maximum damage. 12 necrotic.
Okay.
And 20 slashing. Still technically.
Coming up on bloody.
Another 10 slashing and another 4 necrotic.
I'm bloody.
And 18 slashing and another 3 necrotic.
Oh, he's romantic.
Alright. Klon, very bloodied, is going to run to his bat. Just he's on the bat, okay. And then the bat is going to take off. Ear cannon. Up into the air. He's not away yet, but you see him like straddling the bat, like leaning against. He's got like blood pouring down. That's just covered in scorch marks from those fireballs he keeps getting hit with. And he's going to turn to the pyramid. Raise his hand.
I've been feeling Snafu's like drawing back and looking at it and go, not cool.
He moved his casting to the Let's try that. Hold on, I had to Google a spell. It is not listed in my spellbook.
Who's up right now?
A clone.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be enough time. I'll be quick.
Okay. Okay. So he'll use his legendary action to move to the bat. Bat will lift up 20 feet. 5, 30, 35, 40, 45. 50,
Don't shake up your beard.
80 feet. Okay. Hovering above you two, Haklan is then going to strike the earth with his sword.
Is it a spell?
It is a spell.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Hopefully.
Let me see what level it is.
Yeah.
Okay. It cancels up at 3rd level automatically, correct?
I think so.
I believe so.
Sounds right.
I haven't used
Don't
it
know enough to
since
argue it.
Crack this away from the mic.
I have it. Third level. Alright, so you have to cast... You have to do a spellcasting ability check, whatever, I believe your intelligence.
Yeah, with whatever your spellcasting ability is.
Yes.
Con, actually.
Con, yes. Okay.
Spellcasting's con.
Your DC is 15.
Come on!
Big money, no whammy.
Too bad we don't have a bard here to give him bardic inspiration.
So would I just use my spell attack then?
No, just your spell.
Just your bonus from your...
Yeah.
your
No
intelligence.
proficiency, nothing like that? Okay. So just the con.
Just the con bonus.
Ability check using your spellcasting ability.
And that's where bardic inspiration is nice because it's to any ability check.
And 16.
Nice! You see, this wave of green lightning was like crackling out from that sword when it struck the earth, and then just twink, and then just like a flash and nothing. Aklan like looks around like angrily and wheels the bat around because he can't leave quite yet. He's got to turn still up in midair while he's gets ready to fly away.
Why won't my abilities work tonight?
I'd like to think instead of like doing some gesture or something, I just went, "Ka-chow."
All right.
Like
Nice.
what was that in the Family Guy Star Wars with a
Choo choo.
yeah, they sit up there.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
These
yeah, the other days.
vampires are gonna rush. At least the ones that are still alive. They're not blind. They're gonna rush you, Jesse.
Yes.
6 attacks coming your way. 1 miss. 1 hit. 2 hit.
Forgot what I said for a second.
Blue hint.
3 hit. 4 hit. Yeah, 4 hits.
Oh, enough me.
Right.
So that's a 12 automatically for just the strength bonuses.
Chili, you got a blanket right behind you too.
33 slashing damage. And 7 necrotic altogether. That's all they have. So just piling into you there. Do they get a saving throw for blinded, or is it blinded for 10 minutes?
Blind for an hour. Poisoned for an hour and blinded while
They already
poisoned.
attack, they attack. Okay, my turn's done. Mine. Or excuse me, Jesse. Your turn.
Okay.
John?
Yes.
Is the bat undead?
The bat is undead. Okay. No, excuse me, the bat is not undead. The bat is a regular bat. It has just been enhanced.
Sexually.
Like
Magical Viagra.
it doesn't use echolocation.
It's
it
like
uses orgasm location.
It's like if you're playing like Vampire the Masquerade. You know how like if you give a mortal your blood, you become like a ghoul.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a ghoul bat, essentially.
To let out its echo, it makes an O face.
Right.
Yeah, essentially, if they don't turn you but they bite you, they can turn you into a
Yeah,
ghoul.
yeah.
He's a ghoul bat.
Do I do some
Ghoul
flashing?
Gold bat?
Should I double down on my
On the
hunker
bat,
down,
on the
or
air.
do some
Oh,
flashing?
He ran.
I see. Okay.
Hunker
I
down
see
what?
them on-
Should I double down on my hunker
He's
down,
up on
or do some flashing?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know, whatever you feel like you got better odds with.
Right on top of myself, I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar.
Okay.
Boy.
It's going to be a 20-foot radius.
I guess I got time to take
Sweet.
It lasts for a minute.
It's gonna.
No light, magical, or
Leave
otherwise
that
can illuminate the area. Creatures
there.
within it are fully blinded.
Okay.
Inconspicuously.
Now, keep in mind, he's in the. Are you trying to hit Haklan with this?
I just want to know where he is.
Okay.
I'm doing it on all the vampires around me.
Gotcha.
Any creature that starts its turn will take 2d6 cold. Any creature that ends its turn must succeed a dex save throw or take 2d6 acid.
Okay.
6 acid damage.
Starts its turn there?
Yeah, anybody that starts or ends their turn takes 2
Okay.
to 4 d6.
Okay.
Okay, there's nothing about difficult terrain. So I'm gonna cast that. Because I have Devil Sight, I can see in magical darkness. I'll turn around and go my full movement up the stairs.
Okay. Getting that cardio in today. Alright.
And that's my turn.
John, is a saving throw an ability check?
No.
No, it's
Okay.
separate.
Separate wording.
Okay. I didn't know if it fell under the same, similar thing or not. Alright. Like what, technically aren't initiatives like some sort
Ability
of skill?
checks, essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Minor.
I probably can't really shoot at him from there, right?
You can.
Because
Just right in front of you on the pad.
Right.
I was gonna say he's almost point blank.
Oh, I can't do that anyway.
I mean, well,
I was my flashy thing. I was thinking was pop a spider cake and just go running up the side of the ziggurat to get, and just do some shooting while I run up there. But it would be a bonus action to eat the cake, but then I wouldn't have my bonus action to
Yeah.
dash to get up there. So
yeah, that's a little bit much.
yeah. I will just shoot from there, I guess. At him.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. Well, seeing that he knows where I am, I'm not going to bother hiding, so the bonus action will go to aim.
There you go. Pertinent.
Pertinent.
Ooh, a nat 19.
It's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, actually, nat 19, yeah.
Yeah, nat 19, so yeah, it would be a 29. Well,
He has a 20 AC, so yeah.
26,
that's a hit.
yeah. Give me that con save, John.
He's just going to choose to pass it.
20 piercing.
He turns as the arrow passes through him, with a look of disbelief goes across his face. He turns into a green mist and then flies past you, Jared, down the stairs.
Okay.
Upon seeing this,
That's what the Belmonts say every 100 years in
yeah,
Castlevania. We gotta go back.
Oh shit.
Oh shit! Here
I think
we go
it's-
again.
I think it's
Funny
really
if I played the
funny
game.
every time. Like, have you read the lore behind the first Castlevania game?
Is in like the making of?
No, like the storyline of it.
Yeah.
That takes place on Easter Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So like for one Easter and fucking like 14 whatever, Simon Belmont had to spend Easter going to Dracula's castle to fight all of his dudes. And then like
Yep.
I had a ham dinner all prepared. Fucking
This better be at least double time.
Easter egg hunt. God damn it!
God damn it.
Every time Dracula resurrects, I just think of that from the Belmont's perspective. I just think of that SpongeBob meme.
How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
But as he dissipates, all the vampires around see that are not blind see like their leader get like essentially defeated, and they start to scatter just off to the different corners of the valley. The army breaks to kind of like hunt down the ones they can, but Rune is going to touch down up here with you guys.
What's the bat do?
The bat is going to fly away, just off into toward the big tree.
I was gonna pump the last two shots that I had.
Go
after
for it,
bat, so. Oh, there's a nat 2, so I'm guessing a 9 misses.
No. Yeah.
Last shot. Hey, a nat 2 again. That dice is in trouble tonight.
Retired tonight.
That's a lot of
Jeremy,
dice,
as
too.
you kind of like your paralyzation goes away, you notice that like the vampires around you are just gone. They have left this battle.
Cowards! I was even letting you hit me.
All right. The battle kind of still continues. Rin touches down. She runs up and like just tackles you in a giant hug. It's like gets up, slaps you across the face. Don't make me think that you are dead again, you asshole.
Don't let me fall again. Jeez.
Backhands you. And then like rehugs. Goes back in for the rehug. Gets back up.
I'm just kind of like with the arrow, like careful the arrow. They're poisoned.
He's flown away. All right.
Well, I didn't think it was gonna attack.
I was gonna do hold monster on that, John.
Do you want to do it?
No. With him on it. That's all. To make sure they didn't fly away. That's all. That was like, I went to go to the bathroom and I left the spell page open for minor. I'm like, I'm just gonna leave this inconspicuously right
That's why you laughed when you looked at it.
As the rest of you are kind of like getting your wits about you, you now realize that yes, you have brought Haklan down, but his tomb, his sarcophagus, is still somewhere in the temple.
We have to kill him.
Oh yeah.
He's just gonna regen.
He went back to his coffin because he got defeated, so now we have to kill him.
We killed him, but now we gotta kill him.
We gotta kill him again.
Defeated.
Phase 1, kill him. Phase 2, kill him again.
What I'm gonna do is
to elaborate.
kind of tip my hand here.
Tip that hand.
You guys are up here in the third tier. Would you like to backtrack into the temple to try to look for his tomb?
We know how long it takes for him to regen and come back out.
No. This being the first vampire you've ever fought, you know that they go back to their... You see them go back to their coffins, where they're in like a vulnerable state.
How many remaining of our forces are there?
I'd say, what did you guys have when you get into this battle? Like 200? Do you have it written down?
Yeah, mostly Jesse's group, I think.
Let me double check.
Then we had
Yes.
and Bullywug.
Yeah.
Jarek and the ground I sent back to the
Okay.
So I just had Captain Linnaeus.
I mean, I'm of the mind of saying now is the time to strike while they're weak. Let's storm the ruins and find the sarcophagus and destroy it.
Right.
Like literally just have the whole fucking herd.
Where did all the halflings go during all this?
They're now starting to come up the stairs because they saw the green mist go past.
Okay.
So now they're kind of like seeing the dead vampires turn into this. So they're kind of like tentatively coming out, and they see that the armies are kind of like have a perimeter now, and the grand
Chieftain.
chieftain of your tribe comes up with a muck chieftain and a couple others, and they say, "Lucas, is the coast clear? Are we able to escape?"
Run for your lives!
I'll just say that we defeated Haklan, but we need to find his sarcophagus to kill him. Do you have any idea where that would be?
And he's gonna jog his little memory.
He just sits there. Think.
It's pulling Winnie
Like,
the Pooh.
yeah,
Oh bother! I always saw him near the shrine, the large demon statue, the snake head. That's mostly where I saw him. I think if he had some sort of tomb, it would be near there.
Where was the? Oh, was that the? That was the piece that you set down.
Yes. This room right here. Actually, no. This room right here. That's where you fought the two vampire, like the vampire squad that you stuck up on.
Was that the room where we found the chieftain and the rest of them? Or
No,
am I thinking
that
really-
was up here.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay.
So,
Okay. Well, yeah, we need to. Sounds like we need to go in there then.
Go backtrack to that room.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we're all like,
Okay.
At least we're going down the stairs this time.
Rune kind of looks at her chieftain and looks at you, and then she like, I'm gonna go with them. And he nods. Careful, child. And as you rush down the stairs, kind of backtracking, you come to that giant statue with like the snake head with the altar. You see Rune kind of like clutch like behind you, and she sees like all the halfling bodies like on like next to the sacrificial altar.
I don't know if they're just sleep.
Eternally.
Forever.
But you see the two pillars in the center of the room, the large gaping mouth. You know, this is you have been to this room before. The 5 doors. The one that you know is the secret passage that comes from the one above. The one that you know you came from. There's 2 others.
there's no sarcophagus right in this room immediately, right?
Give me just passive perception. No.
Jog my memory, John. Did I like fiddle with the demon statue at all? I can't remember if I actually like did like a investigation on it.
I don't think any of you did.
I'm gonna start wiggling things. Nat 18, 20 for investigation.
You start touching it all over, and I look over at Pyro, like, did it have a boner before?
Snake wing.
As you lift up, as you kind of like are touching the snake mouth, you see that the tongue actually slides aside, and you see that there is a stone door behind.
Guys, I'm getting eaten by the snake.
You just put your head in your.
Guys, help!
Imagine me like
God.
going ahead of the party and they just hear screaming.
You should just be like halfway in there and you're like looking around and all of a sudden you're just like
I like cry wolf so many times. Where you guys stop believing me?
I'll just start pumping arrows into you to put you out of your misery.
Rockner, chug a potion, please.
Um,
If you're that hurt and we're
Yeah.
bumping heads in here.
I do have a boatload of potions.
Yes, please. I don't have a boatload of spells anymore.
he's spitting on his wounds.
He spits in his potion before he drinks it to make it his own.
It makes it taste better. It tastes like shit.
It's better when it's
I have 2
thicker.
potions of healing. I have a 2d4 times 2 and then a 44 plus 4. Potion of speed. What's a potion of healing give me, John?
2d4 plus 4.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So I got 4 potions. I'll do
A boatload, eh?
John, while we're kind of wandering around, I'll ask Rune. She knows what this thing is. She's got a bee or a big wasp. I still have this. I have a potion with a green hornet. One-time use, let it sting you. You gave it to me a long time. It was a while ago.
Let me open the old John memory banks there. What does the note say?
I just said it's. I have a quote in quotes potion. Then it says with green hornet, one-time use, let it sting you. I'm just asking Rune if she knows what it is.
Now, personally, as a player, I'm wondering if it's a anti-venom, but you have to let it sting you first in order to make sure it works.
Yeah, I don't know. Or if
But
it bites
that's
me, it
just
gives me
me-
some sort of special ability.
Yeah,
for
that's
a
just me
while,
BSing an answer. Yeah, I can't say
I cannot tell you what that does because I am coming up blank with this.
So Rune's like, I don't know what the hell that is.
Yeah, she's like, I have no fucking clue what that is. I'm sorry.
This is a bee, not a wasp. Just don't be insect racist.
I wrote H on it for hornets.
Yeah. Wasps. Wait,
I didn't know if
Anglo-Saxon
entomology was
Protestants.
your field of study at all.
Entomology?
Yes. You work your way down the hallway there.
John's gonna go home and like, God damn it, what the hell was that?
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Great
We don't remember either.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when I got it.
Is it just like a wasp antitoxin, like if you get stung? Was it?
It was after I stole the royal charcuterie tray,
Oh, okay.
but before I got an enchanted dagger of venom.
You see against the western wall a large, like almost a curtain of vipers. They make like an intertwined sort of mosaic. And there's a small pole crank, or like a lever almost, where you like would pull it out, twist it, and then push it back. That is in the twisted position. You can see that there's like it's jutting out further than it should, and it's like been activated. All across the walls here, you can see depictions of the sky serpent, just like coiling itself all around this chamber. And at the opposite room, on the opposite door, there is another set of doors there, and there's a set of doors to the south.
So we're in 32 right now.
Correct.
Just at the door.
Yes. And you know that's a trap. I'm just gonna let it fly because it's obvious that something is gonna happen there, but you're not sure what it is.
Which wall is the snake curtain on?
The T.
Oh, okay. And then the crank handle was on the double
It's
doors.
in the snakes. It's like you have to like reach into the curtain of snakes.
In the bus. It is the bus.
It is the bus.
Playing my ranger, and we were just. So I summoned a monkey and sent it down the hall.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that might have been before you joined the group. Yeah, it was a pit trap, and the monkey fell to his death, but...
Perception 16 plus 7, 23.
Damn!
Do I see any like footprints in the dust that may have been disturbed?
You don't see...
Or
you would, actually.
Or
You would see them go between 32 and the double doors to the south.
Okay.
You test the double doors and they're locked.
Okay.
You see a couple sets of footprints, very old, go to the crank,
Okay.
and that's it.
And nothing going to the other door? Like at least
maybe
recently?
maybe one or two. So if you want to check that room out, as you look inside there, you see that a lot of pots have been stacked, and as you kind of pop one open, and this like bad, like foul smell hits your nose, and it's almost like bilish blood. And you can tell that it's probably been draining the blood from halflings.
Test
and-
subjects?
Yeah,
This is food storage.
yeah.
The food pantry.
I'll say we probably should look for another way around, maybe?
So what's behind that door at the end? 32, the right side of it.
That's where we found
That's where I found
the
them.
jars of blood.
Okay.
Unless you want to go
And
all
this is the
the
double doors.
The double doors are
Unless you want to go all link on the pots.
but they're not. You do notice that they're not airtight, so a thing could slip in.
They're big ceramic pots. Are there dead bodies in there?
Yes, just not in the solid form.
They've been juiceroed.
Could I? Do I think that I'd be able to mage hand the lever?
You can
The
try.
crank?
You can try it.
Okay.
Suggest that.
I don't know when I do that.
I'm
I don't
gonna-
know what the trap's gonna
I'm
do.
gonna boogie woogie oogie my way out of here.
So yeah, just from like the hallway door, I'll try to like hand the crank.
Okay. You can pull it out, but you can tell that it's immediately. It's more than 5 pounds. Was it 5 or 10 pounds?
10 pounds.
10 pounds. It's immediate. It's like 20 pounds of pressure it takes. So you can, but you can tell that it does pull out. It's still got some give, but it takes strength to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it didn't trigger anything on the plus side so far.
I have a question. Okay, how much force would it take to crank it?
Well, you know, depends on how much
Because
time you prep yourself.
if we tie a rope to it
Well, yeah,
And then
'cause
from
I
the-
cranked it
from the thing, and then
No,
I
you-
started to pull it.
no,
I'll tell
you pulled it a little bit, but not all the way to
No,
crank it.
I got that.
I'll tell what happened was that you noticed that I'll say from the tactile sensation of touching it, you can tell that in order to deactivate it, you have to pull, twist, push.
Okay.
Go bop it.
And like if you tried to twist it, it had no give. So there's a mechanism inside that you have to pull it out to twist it and then push it back in.
Does your spider cakes work on ceilings?
Yeah.
Presumably the traps are gonna assume we're on the ground. Not
I mean, unless it's
ceiling.
poison gas, then it doesn't matter.
Hold your breath.
I mean, I think the trap doors are herring. I think we should look for another way around.
We could have the paladin undead sense to see if there's anything behind that door in the first place.
But it's locked. I checked it. Unless you guys want to check for like a
Yeah, this is the lock. You dingbat.
Then go pull it.
No, because it's obviously trapped.
How far off the ceiling is that lever?
I'll say dead center. So like if you're standing on the ceiling, you could reach it.
Well, could I or
A human-sized
Okay.
person could reach it. You would have to probably climb a little bit onto the wall.
I don't think I
climb.
don't think I have poison resistance. I have Constitution. I have advantage on Constitution saving throws. He's against poison.
Most poisons work against Constitution.
Okay.
the charisma poison?
Would I be able to use animate objects on the locked doors and have them just open themselves?
I'll allow it because it's not complex lock. It's not super complex. It is just literally a stone slab.
Pulley and
Okay.
pulley.
I will
I don't want.
waste a 5th level spell.
I don't feel comfortable walking into an animate object.
Okay.
I will just have them
Hi,
animate,
Micah,
unlock, and just whatever.
It goes
Yeah.
in the ceiling.
The doorknob from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that's what I pictured.
If this door makes a sound when I walk in, I'm going to be very uncomfortable.
Come in, you guys!
Okay, boss. Okay. And just slide the bar slides back into the wall.
John, how much time do we spend?
About 10 minutes. 10, 15-ish minutes. I'll say you got maybe about 15 minutes left on your fire spirit too. It is flickering. It is ready to go
I
out.
kind of figured.
Okay.
For a short rest.
As you guys step inside, you can see that there is a large chamber that has been carved out to house a large sarcophagus. However, not the original sarcophagus. That there is a large decorative one that is halfling size that has been moved to the side, and now Haklan's grand stone sarcophagus has been placed on the center plate of this display. Carved halfling soldiers line the walls, and a throne sits against the western wall. Along the floor is a pool of silvery water. It's kind of bubbling and roiling. And then you can see... I'll say... No, I'll just... Fuck it. You will say that it's got bat themes on it. It's Haklan-sized. This is Haklan's tomb. You can see that this is obvious.
Set it on fire.
Alright, well.
No, you're right, Mr. Man. What's the plan now, huh?
We wake him up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, the doppelganger is dead. There's a doppelganger in the corner. Not the doppelganger! The original trap, I will spell, the original trap for this is if they open up the casket, a doppelganger is in the casket. It takes the form of whoever opened it, throws them in the casket, seals it, and then takes their place in the party.
Ooh. Yeah, glad that didn't happen.
You just see a dead doppelganger in the corner, its heart ripped out of its chest. It's a gray alien body, like mummified against the southern wall.
I'm just picturing Mr. Meeseeks. I was unable to
That-
help.
If you scroll down again, John, Doppelganger dead. That just reminds me of Game Grumps. The carbuncle ate itself.
Yeah, itself.
Well, it makes no sense out of context.
It makes no sense in context. Like, come on. What the fuck is a carbuncle?
Coretta offers, I still have 4 holy waters prepped if anybody would like them. They seemed effective before.
Can you bless the water that's around his casket?
And I could.
I can create holy water from
You're
it.
gonna curse
At
it.
least 1 gallon, but...
Well, do a vampire
Bless
blessing.
is man's perspective.
Yeah.
I technically can, Jeremy, but just 1 gallon at a time.
Did you turn the whole lake into a fucking holy lake?
Holy diver!
The silver her vampire.
Depending on the lore, but
It's up to interpretation. I like to count silvered weapons as magical for bypassing damage resistance.
You said this is like silvery.
It is silvery water.
I control water and put all the water in the cat.
You don't. I mean, it looks silvery. It's not like liquid silver.
He's gonna try to water bend it. It's not working.
I got 4 gallons of holy water if you want to try it with that.
Well, like, I want to, like, fucking talk to the dude, because, like, what the hell is all this for? We still don't know that.
Well, it's
All
to
we
help
know is-
revive the lizard and put it, or the,
yeah, he was going to revive
In his
the
He's going to
Sky
revive the
Serpent.
Sky Serpent. The Sky Serpent was going to consume the sun. It was going to be an eternal night across Athos, and his army of vampires would march across the sands and conquer all the Silver Kings.
yeah.
So yes, we did know that.
Can an artificer make a super soaker?
What the hell are we doing here? I don't see how that affects us.
Not on dark side, no, because there are no artificers.
They are. There's 2 of them, and they work exclusively with wood.
Make
Wooden
a super
food.
soaker for holy water.
We take a goat bladder. We somehow pressurize it. Okay.
Can't use sheep's bladder, because that's being employed to prevent earthquake.
What about can you freeze holy water? Use it as a spear?
While they're plotting, I'm gonna kind of look around. Is there any sorts of, like, treasures, weapons?
Thank
anything?
you. Okay. Give me a perception test, please.
Okay. I am looking for something kind of specific, but if it turns up, great. If not, well, that's fine too. Perception, I'm really good at, so how about a 25?
Alright. You look around the walls, and you see that each of these stone halflings is carrying up, like it has a pot. And one of them, you're each filled with spices, like very exotic spices. So, that's 1, 2, 3,
You
4,
have my
5, 6,
attention.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. They're about worth 50 GP each. 50 times 20 is 400, 4,000? 400?
50 times 20?
4,000.
Yeah.
No.
1,500.
Yes.
50 times. Oh, wait, yeah.
50 times 20 is
4,000.
just
1,500.
50 times 2 is 100, then double it, or then multiply that by 10 is...
It's 1,000.
No.
Okay, so yeah, 1,000. 1,000 GP worth of spices.
No,
Oh yeah, 50 times 2 is
You also
100,
see
then multiply it. Yeah, okay.
a jade bracelet. It's cold to the touch, so not magical.
Okay.
And you also see a stone box with a black figurine of a strange animal that you have not seen before. It's an onyx figurine.
Okay.
It's a quadruped. It is tall. It's got a sort of a fluffy tail. It's got like a regal kind of like long, like not a, like long neck, but a longish neck, and like a head that comes down.
A horse?
It's kind of rearing up in some kind of fashion.
Okay.
Horse
Is
not
it cold to the touch as well?
It is warm to the touch.
Okay. She'll go ahead and gently go to pick it up while these guys are
Yeah, you
deliberating.
take it in your hand and kind of examine it.
I'd like to do more research on this later, like obviously being centered around animals and everything. So I'm gonna pocket it for now and I'll wait it out and see what we decide to do. I guess.
Okay.
I'll refer to Snafu
One
about
last
the
thing you
spices,
do find.
though.
One of the last thing you do find
Yeah.
is sitting on a dais on a kind of a skull kind of dais is a mask. There's a pale white mask with no eye holes. That is one of the temples.
Okay.
It's the mask from JoJo's.
That had eye holes.
It does turn you into a vampire. Oh. There's pillars.
And men.
Then men.
Oh God!
There's men next to the pillars.
For the moment,
This whole room is a JoJo's reference.
I feel like the mask might be a little bit too, like, look at me, touch me, so I'm gonna leave it there for the moment. I will pocket the animal, though.
Okay.
No eye slots. It's a Helen Keller mask. Not a name,
I was gonna say it. You mean it ain't
All right.
Alright, gang. I offered.
I'm gonna say
Holy water,
I'm gonna
so-
say 15 minutes. Your paraspirit's out.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would even soon.
Good luck.
John, using either a wooden stick that I have or something like that, I want to try and see if it'll float in the water that's the liquid.
It's only about a couple inches off the ground.
Will it float?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Does it seem to affect the stick in any way?
It gets it wet.
I just want to make sure it starts fucking dissolving it.
Come on, Jeremy Rockner loves a wet stick.
Who doesn't?
Before we open the sarcophagus, I'm going to cast silence around it so that he doesn't immediately come out casting spells.
Okay.
So it's just a 20-foot radius around sarcophagus.
Okay.
So hopefully a melee person runs it.
This room is pitch black, by the way, so Rune has a torch. Would anybody else like to maybe set some torches up, or just her?
Are there any sconces anywhere?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We can get some torches and sconces. That'd be great.
Okay. Just want to make sure we're setting whatever the room the way you want to set it. So.
17 perception, John. I'm gonna go dig around the throne.
Okay. As you look around the throne, you see that it is halfling sized. There is a headdress.
It's a high chair.
There is a headdress.
Okay.
There is a ceramic canopic jar,
Okay.
and there is a scroll case.
I want to pop open the scroll case to see what the scrolls
The
entails.
very brittle paper inside. You unroll it, and it is written in Draconic. It is the language of it.
I'll wave Micah over.
I point at the sarcophagus as I'm wasting my spell right now.
How long does it last?
Only 10 minutes.
Okay, fine. Keep swinging at this.
60.
Yeah, it's 60.
60 turns. We just went through 15 minutes for his fire spirit dinking around.
No,
and
we
around
went.
this room.
We weren't doing
You
anything.
did.
No,
You did.
we weren't doing anything. We were just kind of standing
Alright,
there scratching
I know.
our faces.
Like a
That's not what
gestures.
dinking around means.
Like a gestures. The room is lit. What do you want to do?
Let's kill this thing so we can loot.
Yes.
Yes!
Exactly.
I call dibs on whatever he's got on him, though.
I mean, Snafu's probably. These statues don't look like they can animate.
27th strength. I kick the lid off the
All
fucking
right.
coffin.
You do that. Bam! You kick soundlessly. You kick the lid. It flies. It slides off. Shatters. Completely silent. As you look inside, you see the withered corpse husk of Tectuclan like regenerating itself. It opens up an eye. It points and goes to cast, but it's completely silent. You are right next to the coffin. Also, you have a surprise round.
Foot on him. I want to step up. Foot on his chest. Grab his head and try and rip it off.
Okay, strength check.
I rolled a 1.
I rolled a 2.
Good job!
It's an 11 strength.
He's got a 5. Against all odds.
Do you have any
No.
inspiration
I
left?
have my action surge.
Against all odds, you slip on the quicksilvery floor because it's just slick. And the whole floor is just slick. That was the whole thing. You slip, and you actually pull him against the side, and his head does pop off.
Okay.
And it just turns to ash as the whole body turns to ash. But you have a pair of his fangs, I'll say, in your hand.
They are getting turned into a necklace. It has been a long time
This
since
is all in silence.
This is all complete silence.
We just see Ragnar go, it's a silent movie. The motions are like sped up a little bit too. Whoa.
falls backwards, water goes
The
everywhere.
Ragnar Follies!
It's like somebody took an urn full of ashes and just like sprayed it up over his head.
You're like, get it out of my mouth.
I come up blinking, I got a white face on.
Peretta, you hear humming.
It's been a while since I made body parts into jewelry.
Oh my god, okay.
I'll drop the silence.
With the tension completely destroyed.
I'll look over at Rue and be like, worth it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
These bastards.
Was
that it?
That was it. He
I rolled a 1.
you had one surprise round on him. He would have started with a quarter HP.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got it. You got the head off. That's, I mean,
With a 1.
To be fair,
I got it too.
Nat 1 and skill checks aren't necessarily
Auto fails. Yeah.
What was his spell he was going to cast?
Hold person again. He could do that 3 times per day.
Gotcha.
He holds person, Jeremy just falls on top of
It would
him.
have been hold person. He could have been helpless. He would have auto crit his bite to get vitality back.
Yeah.
So,
Not without these.
but no.
Jingly, 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 jingly.
As you look inside the tomb, you see his black, like his onyx cursed sword, like is now just sitting at the bottom of the casket. His stone armor is still there, and
Hey, Michael, what's the scroll say?
Yeah, I'll read what the scrolls say now.
I shit you not, and I didn't even place it. I'm going off the original placement here. It is a scroll of stone shape. So you could have stone shaped the coffin shut. You could have turned it into a fucking sphere. You could have done whatever you wanted with it. I'm like, it's fucking stone shape. Why not?
Just compress it.
I will say that's all he had. He had his sword. He had some blood vials on him for like some healthy potions.
A quick snack for the road.
snack for the road, and his stone armor.
How does that stone armor compare with armor resistant product?
It is +1 full plate.
So it's heavy, not medium.
Yes.
Right.
Rockner, you want to rock armor now?
I'm guessing it was disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, like that stopped
How
him before.
terrible.
No, I was blinded and had disadvantage on attacks before.
You're also not
I've-
Ragnar.
Is there a difference between plate and full plate?
Well, there's half plate.
There's half plate.
Yeah.
I think I'm already in.
Yeah, you're up. Yeah, it's +1 plate.
I'm in full plate. I don't think I'm in magical.
What's your AC bonus?
I
Is it set to 18?
have 24 AC. I don't remember exactly where. Oh, I got that.
Well, if you have plate, you have.
I'll
you
get
have
you my other sheet.
Okay.
Old sheet.
So, because if you have plate, it sets it to 18. If you use a shield, it's another +2.
Shit. So.
I think it's the issue
Okay.
with skip too. Like, okay, my AC is this. How the heck did I get it there? Oh, there's this, that.
I try to write little notes on where I get stuff.
I'll
but-
identify what the mask is, though.
It is a. It functions as a hat of disguise.
Yeah.
I'm at a 16.
You're at 16, so that would be better then.
Oh, golly gee.
Is that
You mean your AC's been 16 this whole fucking time? I was gonna say.
No, without armor, it's 16.
Okay.
is your identify spell slots a ritual
Because you're not adding your AC, your
That's
dex
a
to your AC,
level
are you?
one.
level 1?
Because with the full
Well,
plate,
actually,
it
no,
just
it's a
is
ritual.
18.
Oh,
If you have
then
time, Pareto will
it's
kind
lower
of
then,
discreetly
'cause I
come
was
to you
adding my
and
dex.
Yeah, you
show
don't
you
have
that
dex.
object.
So
She
it's-
would like this curious
Proficiency
if
bonus
you could
plus-
glean
Nope,
information
it's just
from it.
it would just be 18.
Okay.
No proficiency bonus added. No AC. You've been a little bit more resilient than you should have been, my friend. Mask of... Or hat of disguise, excuse me.
It's not like from your rune warrior stats or anything, is it?
I've got a shield too, but I think it's just a +1 shield.
Okay, so what's the other stuff?
Well, he's looking up the one thing real quick.
Yeah. The other stuff.
Do all the things in one moment.
Knife was bagging the spices.
Yeah, kind of expected you to.
The
Spices
hat
are
allows
really
you to
just
cast
different
disguise self at will.
things of cremated royal.
So the mask is... You can put... As you put on the pallid mask, essentially, is what I'm calling it. You think of a person, or a way that you want to look, and then it melds into your face, and you look like that person.
That fog.
that's
You
what
he's
pull
like.
it off, and now you're yourself again.
He's like,
Yeah.
It does require attunement.
oh shit, I didn't.
And it's called a what?
Hat of disguise. We'll just go with mask
He
of
tastes great on
disguise.
steak.
If you want to put hat of disguise in
paprika.
parentheses or something like that.
Okay.
What's the other stuff?
The other stuff, well, is +1 plate, mail. And then the sword... Would you like to identify the sword?
Do you have identify?
I don't think you do. You might want to ask your Dragonborn if you can cast it as a ritual.
Okay.
Well, I'm more interested in what was there was the onyx animal.
Mm-hmm.
Which that I'm identifying.
It's a horse. You've seen a horse.
Jared already grabbed that.
Yeah, Jared had that.
Do you know what that is, John, off the top of your head then? What that statue is?
It is an onyx horse. It is going to function as a statue of power. Give me just 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Jared asked me first.
Or figurine of power, excuse me. Figurine of power.
It's an action figure, John.
It's going to function as an obsidian steed.
Okay.
It's going to have the same stats as a nightmare.
Okay.
It's basically just going to be like a really fast horse. I'm not going to do the obsidian steeds other shit because it transports you to hell. It's a weird item, but it's essentially it is a horse that
A summonable horse.
summonable horse. Yes.
Okay. Does that require attunement, I assume?
Yes.
Is it named Geralt?
It's named whatever the hell you want to name it.
That's right. Jared should know that.
I
reference
remember
now.
that, yeah.
Lastly,
He's putting your on it. So.
Sounds so metal. A horse that you summon from hell.
Wasn't that the horse you get from the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim?
I think it's literally just nightmare.
Yeah.
I must have changed it. Anyway,
Yeah.
Are you gonna identify that sword?
Yeah, I'll identify it.
It is cursed. Just that so that it has a you immediately get a headache as soon as you identify it. that tells you that is a cursed item. It's going to function as a vicious weapon, so whenever you get a crit on it, it's going to take an extra 7 points of damage as the weapon's type. But it also, if it gets the killing blow on a creature, steals that creature's soul.
It's got a soul trap on it.
Those souls can be used to
Recharge
make
the
it 14, 21, 28, 35. You can expend those souls up to 7 to boost that bonus damage into a large burst.
Oh, so it goes from 7 and then it gets another one that goes to 14, and you can just empty the bank and just...
Yep.
Jesus, okay. Too bad someone got around, though.
I had a
So like
ring
an
of summoning
unholy
protection.
smite.
Oh,
It'd be
okay.
up to from 23 to 24.
There you go. Okay. So you'll be at... You will end the dex or the proficiency bonus, so you'll be at 18 plus...
I'm already wearing full plate.
Yeah, but this is a +1 full plate.
So I get extra AC?
An extra 1.
Oh, okay. 25 AC.
Jesse asked what the is.
The curse is once you die, or if you get, like, once you go into death saving throws, you're rolling a disadvantage. And if you die, your soul gets sucked into the sword. And as you look at this, as you kind of look into the sword, you see like a flash up of Khan's face.
Ooh.
Was there a bracelet too?
Jade bracelet.
It wasn't magical.
It was just,
Yeah, just plain.
Yeah, put it around her neck, see if it shows you.
Yeah.
Well, it would, because it's just a bracelet.
What kind of sword is
It would
it?
be a choker.
The black onyx.
It's a great sword.
I'll ask Rune, like, does she know what the purpose of this, like, Quicksilver is for?
Well, let me give a nature check. I think, well, I see the doppelganger. I think doppelganger straight this Quicksilver. So it's probably just doppelganger pee. I'm guessing.
Yay, God.
Pleasure.
Her eyes are crossed.
Do you need a nature check over there?
I'm just curious as to why the Quicksilver's a thing.
Yeah.
Is it Quicksilver or is it just,
Just
water
silver
that
water.
looks...
It's water that looks silver. Yeah.
15 is
Okay.
the best I got over here on that.
What the water do with it?
It's slippery. I told you. The whole point was that the floor was all slippery.
Where you going?
My-
Excuse me.
My first nat 20 of the night is to identify water.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. It's water.
Okay.
Dihydrogen monoxide.
Guys,
Water.
we've dealt with this before. It's water. There's no eels in it, so we're...
So it's just a great sword.
Yeah, but it does all the things that I told you on top of that.
It's Frostborn, basically.
I'm gonna make my way back out and get the chieftains to bring down here, because I think this would be important for them to see all, basically, their
The
history.
chieftains refuse.
They
They are not
refuse?
setting foot in this place again. This is where they were enslaved and almost died.
I think I do more.
It's not. I mean, not everything I have is meant to be useful for you.
No, it's,
But it sucks souls. It's a soul sucker.
no, it's really appealing.
Okay.
I'm named by penis.
As you guys emerge from the
Whoa,
tunnel,
thank you,
More
John.
visceral reaction than I was expecting.
Thank you for ending that pregnant pause.
Oh, snap.
I was like, anyways,
anyway,
moving on.
I did grab all those spices though.
Did
Did I recognize any of them?
Did you only get 11 of them?
11 herbs and spices. It's a predetermined treasure from this adventure. It's
Okay.
just a bunch of spices.
Wait,
No, I don't want marching troops.
got a spicy,
I don't
spicy spider cake.
There's nothing else extra except make sure your poops burn.
There we go. I like that. You guys emerge back out. The sun has risen. In the 2 fucking hours you guys took to completely loot that whole place.
Does the castle crumble, John? No.
No. I will say, as you're leaving, some of the light that has been gone from this place, except for the spot where now it has been blighted, kind of returns, and you can see like some like almost a spiritual glow kind of like over the temple itself now that it's been cleaned, has been purged of evil. Or at least whatever evil has been contained has been recontained.
I just gotta picture us, like, at least Snafu as we walk out that door again. I just kind of, like, plop down on the top step and just, like, I forgot I was actually exhausted, too, so the stealth check should have been disadvantage, but...
As you guys look at, the army's kind of, like, cleaning up whatever they can, you take a moment and kind of do a quick head count, and you think the majority of your people are here, kind of like gathered in this clearing. The halflings are starting to kind of march together with their own tribes toward the Gith compound. And as the sun rises, you see some of the Yuan-Ti like hiding in the shadows, like hiding in their buildings, like but not coming out. Because you have killed the people that they were afraid of, and now they are like
super afraid of us.
Just get the fuck out of her. They are not touching you.
Oz, Gith, or even the Bullywogs too. Like that bat flew back to its tree. I think. Is that something you'd like taken care of, or?
As you look, I'll say with the vampire that made it dead. I'll say you see its corpse just kind of like splayed across some branches.
Across some charred branches.
Yeah. As you guys walk back to the main camp, the halflings are divvying up in their tribes, and you meet up with your men, and they say that the egg, ever since you've gotten like the sun came up and you guys got out, the egg has been pulsing green. That's actually what it was 3 feet when you like got it. It's like 5 feet now.
Green or Asher?
Green.
What was it before?
It was green. It was emerald.
You failed.
You didn't. You imprinted partially on it.
Yeah.
Seafoam green.
I thought I changed the color.
The bullywugs kind of like see the egg like growing, and like because some of their priests put their hands on it and said, "We need to get this to the lake immediately. I think it's going to hatch."
Do the Batman with the bomb thing.
Batman run the egg to the bottom. You guys hustle the egg across the town itself, back to the pool.
We have a helicopter and then a shark jumps up and bites us on the leg.
Get the shark spray.
We run into
The
a
shark
crowd
spray, yeah.
of Gith, and we're like, oh no, we can't go this way.
Have Snafu carry it so you don't see me underneath. You just see the egg floating around.
This egg's just like...
You guys guide it into the lake as it starts to pulse and pulse and pulse. As the water itself glows white, like with a flash, you hear a loud, deep crack, and from under the water, the head of a serpent starts to kind of crest the water, and as it comes out, it's about 20 feet out, and then two back wings crest from the back and kind of spray this rainbow of water all across. And as it starts to kind of glide up more and more and more, it starts to fan itself over the water itself. You get an immediate celestial ping from this creature as it starts to kind of whirl its way around. It looks down, makes a psychic connection with you, and it sends this feeling of gratitude.
Mommy?
And you kind of get this feeling that if you call upon it, if you summon it, it will come to your aid if it can. It looks at the rest of you and gives you this wave of gratitude. All of your wounds, you have just essentially had a long rest.
And the crowd rejoiced.
Just pulses out this wave of radiance. You, Micah, you get this ping of psychic rage coming from the cave that whatever creature has been there since the whatever time, like beginning of time, the aboleth, has sensed that it wanted to possess this creature, but now that it has been blessed and hatched naturally, it's gone. It is out of its grasp. So now that this creature is forever trapped in this cave, in this lost city forever. And the aboleth, yes. And as the new sky serpent crests up, about fully 150 feet long from tail to tip, cresting along, it spreads this sort of kind of like it's drops of water that fall from its body, like flowers grow. Basically, the earth underneath of it is like rejuvenated, and as it flies up, it leaves a trail of greenery behind it in the same, like kind of in like the rocky parts of the area. And as it flies up into the sky, this sort of purple shimmering portal appears, one that you've seen before, the purple forest where you found your pseudo dragon. It opens this portal almost to this primeval wilderness state and slides back through and then pops back closed.
Part of the Fae.
It is from the Feywild. You're left with a feeling that you have prevented a thing from being basically being captured and forced to act against its own will.
Did a great deed.
You did a great deed.
I can imagine Paretta's just on her knees, like praying in Druidic, and
that snapshot of the Feywild did trigger another memory in you, where you kind of realize that you do realize that they're like planes, like the Feywild, whatever. You know that you were in the Feywild when you did your Druidic, Archdruid ceremony with your master.
okay.
As you guys are kind of come back to yourselves, celebrations are had at the gift camp. The Yanti are nowhere to be seen. They're slithering away in the shadows. As you guys are feasting and the bullywugs and the Gith combining, in the gift camp, kind of coming together.
What's the music the Ewoks play after that?
Yub nub.
You were approached by your men, and they say,
Can we go home now?
they do say, like,
want
I
to
think
go
our
home."
job is done here. Should we break camp at the tower?
Not just yet.
God, I want to leave this hellhole.
Literally.
Literally.
It's a hole.
I want to
Nice.
assemble all my people and go to the lake. Yanti.
Okay.
There.
Okay. I'll say you march as a cadre, like a force in there, and like as you like walk into their territory, like you notice one, and then you look, there's 2, 4, like 5, 10, like all of the Yanti that are left are kind of looking down at you, and I don't have her with me, but she's a serpentine form slithers out, 4 arms, all holding like scimitars, like weapons, almost like a grand priestess. The similar size of a person when you raided her secret garden to steal the egg of the sky serpent. Kind of looks down and narrows her eyes. What brings a man to our territory?
You speak for the Yanti.
I am the High Priestess. Our plans are ruined thanks to you.
Why don't you come down here? We will make words face to face.
We are face to face, human. What do you want?
I'll step up to her.
Alright, she kind of backs off for a second, has her weapons out.
And I'll just talk to her.
You work for me now. Under my employ.
Sure. What did the vampires promise you? What was
Okay.
this all about for you?
Okay. They were gonna rule here. This was gonna be their kingdom, and they were gonna get the Sky Serpent once it was done swallowing the sun. It was their god that was going to be theirs. They don't know if it would work, but Haklan was barely convincing in his argument that he would be able to command the Sky Serpent once it was resurrected. That was their angle. Was they got this valley and they got the Sky Serpent.
It's by El Hydra's will.
And you remember the legends, like when the Sky Serpent went nuts, went crazy, it destroyed the whole fucking valley like nothing. So like, it was a formidable power. Like they would have this, essentially a kaiju on their side.
Still wish to have the Sky Serpent?
She looks at you quizzically, kind of like cocks an eyebrow, like, are you promising the same to Klan?
Not the same, but an alternative. Alternative means the same end.
She looks at you and she reaches into her pouch and she slides you a speaking stone. And she kind of narrows her eyes. Speak to me with this. My people are moving away. This valley will be soon hostile to us.
Agreed. But it seems like I'll take it. What exactly is it speaking?
You get the thing. You can telepathically communicate with her across distances as long as you're holding the stone.
Okay. So I'll use it and talking to her and say, "Yeah, it's probably best that you're elite teams now that you back purpose."
Okay, you're gonna try to recruit him. I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay, that scene plays out. I will tell you if it works. We'll address that at a later time. But,
Let me think about it. In other words,
we'll think about how we want to structure that. But I like that scene. So we kind of fade to black. She kind of goes off into the shadows. Her snakes go off into the shadows, and I'll say like cut forward. They are never seen at this valley again. Cut back to the party. Rune is talking with her people. She's talking with your people. All the halflings are kind of talking one another. They're kind of saying like, "Our home's destroyed. Our home's super far away. What do we do?" Like another tribe is also saying like, "We live halfway across the valley. We don't know how the hell we're gonna get back. It's gonna be a trek." So they all kind of like walk up, and the three elders talk to you two and kind of their champions, and to say, for the time being, we think the three tribes are going to stay as one.
Well, I'll mention to at least my tribe leader too, and be like, "Well, there is a prize back home."
Yes.
It's a surprise.
Okay. We'll look forward to seeing it. So on that front,
As long as what's their nuts
yeah, I know. I got them right
as long
here.
as they kept it safe. Wingus and Dingus.
no, Wingus and Ding. Pretty much.
Wambus and Bambus.
Wambus and Bambus. Very close.
Really close.
Wambus and Bambus.
We are on brand.
Potato, potato.
Brock said I was kind of thinking about the Ewok village too back a few minutes ago.
They cut back. We cut back to kind of you, and Rune, and she says, "Well, I mean, I kind of don't want to stick around here myself. Where are you guys headed?"
Trouble.
I like trouble.
You ever fought a Dragon King before?
I don't even know what a dragon is. Kerchow. I have this idea though.
It's an idea that
When me and Pyretta set out,
Meat behind.
There was a falling star. 2 of them. One was her, and another one that fell way to the east at the same time. We set out originally to figure that out,
Okay.
what that was.
Okay.
We've met up with these goggles. No. And
This fine crew.
have done other things as well. Like,
You said we weren't going to talk about
Well, I mean, traveling across land is going to be difficult for you guys, right? I mean, like, it's a lot of work to get across all the sands and the deserts and the craters and the Badlands. I mean, Ankaku can carry a lot. Like, a lot.
can you carry a
We
ballista?
just got an airship.
Say, can you carry a ballista?
Well, I've only been using him at about half size. Because he gets pretty big. But I was thinking, if you wanted to kind of maybe travel a bit faster, you could just kind of float over whatever you guys need to get
Can you
across.
handle the heat that well?
Well, as long as he's, get some rest, I think he'll be okay. Maybe we can cover him with a big tarp.
Just get a pool tarp and just.
But anyway, I think I want to go with you guys. I'm kind of done with the canyons of the north and the world's edge mountains. I just
I want to see desert.
I wanna...
Yeah, I was just gonna say. You're welcome to come, and you'll have to experience it for yourself, but you'll miss the trees.
Well, I'll tell you what else. The food here is so bland. It's all it is fried lizard and mangoes. That's all my people eat is fried lizard and mangoes. And I see you got a bunch of spices, and I see you cooking for your friends, so I want to be here.
Beretta leans in. Jeez, shame on you.
I'll interject and I'll say, I mean, tend to appreciate what you got once you've gone from it for a while.
You won't appreciate the food. Well, if that's all you guys ate, you won't appreciate missing that.
Referring to the trees. But...
Well, yeah, the trees.
Beretta will butt in. Well, Snafu here happens to be the best cook I've ever come across. Granted, I don't come across too many, but he has yet to,
Do you like mushrooms?
Yeah,
Boy, if I got one for you.
I'll eat anything.
We'll test that.
He'll literally send you crawling up the walls.
We got from that to Rocknar.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You feel a kind of a pull
In your shorts.
calling to you, and it's coming from like Micah's tent.
Yeah, I was right.
Oh, I get the armor off.
Good night, everybody.
I just open up the tent and I'm just like,
You just have a robe on.
yeah, exactly.
It's not tied.
Well, yeah. How am I supposed to do this?
You're pulling,
It's tied.
you're pulling a Jasper over there.
He's got the rope kind of
You
doing one
know,
of
we're,
these.
we're called Dragonborn because we're born dragon, if you catch me.
That's not my tail. Gross.
As you kind of like
My.
you peek in, he's in his bedroll. He's asleep.
How do I knock on a flap?
He's got his pack open. His pack is open. Like his all his positions are kind of splayed out. The thing calling to you is that dagger that he pulled.
Okay.
It's got this wave of pick me up.
Touch me.
Stab the non-believer.
Paint
You
me
want-
like one of your French girls.
You want to grab Micah's picker?
Stab the guy who pulled me out of
Prick
the other
doesn't
guy.
It's a prank.
How much of a pull?
Not an irresistible one.
I want to wake Mike up.
It's where you're gonna get her gently do it and then just shake the shit out of him.
We're all World War buddies. This is how we win.
I love that bit so much.
You are awakened by Rocknar.
Is the dagger in the holster in your pants? You'd be like, hey, that thing in your pants is calling me.
My tail.
What have you fucked with that dagger at all?
No.
Has it?
It's 2 in the goddamn morning.
I literally was like, blink, blink, and put it in the sack.
I'm gonna tell him about what it's doing.
I identify it.
Yeah. You kind of wake up, you rub your eyes, light a couple candles.
Oh, you're so
Get your ritual kit out.
Sky lizard
Try your ritual.
Hum num shabai.
Yep.
It is oddly similar to the sword that was left in Haklan's tomb, the cursed sword.
You guys didn't take that, huh?
Oh no, I put it just in my general. Nobody grabbed it. It's in the party inventory.
Oh, so you did. You had to get attuned to it, but like
Right.
but,
It's
okay.
just in the
Okay.
inventory.
It's-
I'm not using it.
Okay.
Our stuff.
You know, I like to slash a lot of things.
It's got a similar effect. It's called a soul taker, essentially. What it does is, instead of capturing it to use as a damage, what can be done with it is it can be used
Plants,
to
maybe.
Huh?
Implants a soul, maybe.
It resurrects. It's you can sell the ancient magics of these people. They probably passed it from from chieftain to chieftain to chieftain as a sort of a reincarnation cycle. So that is the magic you get from it. Is if you stab a soul or a dying person, their soul gets kept in the dagger, which is currently empty. It hold 1. And then if it's stabbed into another body that is still at least partially alive, the soul will transfer.
After I figure that out, I'll have the dagger, and I'll just grab his massive hands, and I'll place it in your hands, and I say, I think this is what you were looking for. It is. It's the size of your pinky.
Yeah. It's like a butter knife for you. It's very small.
This is my pig sticker.
Cool.
Yeah.
there you go.
He uses it for a pencil or pen. Like,
Yeah.
dips it in ink. I had a new paperweight.
Well, I'm glad I grabbed it. Here you go.
When you look at it, and then you kind of look at something's weird. You notice there's a third hand on your hand, and you look up, and it's Cora.
Oh.
It's just she kind of just shakes it, and then dissipates.
I'll keep the dagger on me.
You see this too.
Oh shit. And I'll just be like, see?
So I gotta find Cora's soul. Gotta pay the troll toll.
Well, isn't she being preserved in like weird amber
Her
cocoon
body
things?
Her body's preserved.
I was gonna
She
say,
has no
wasn't-
soul,
That was her soul.
Well, yeah,
that
but
I'm
you just get a
getting.
partially alive body.
but I have to have her soul in the dagger to put it back into the body. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Because say for example, I stab you, take your soul into the dagger. I can stab Cora and put you into Cora.
If only you had a means to travel between different dimensions.
Okay.
Like a large mirror you kept in a dungeon at the very beginning of this campaign. Anyway,
I still have shit from that little tutorial island that I
Tutorial
don't
island.
know what does.
Like, it's not a tutorial
Tutorial
John,
Island.
I'm pretty sure you said the words tutorial
No,
island.
he
Yes.
did. He
Jerry,
did.
going back to a green hornet, and my note says, let it sting you. Apparently I have stuff that nobody knows what it does.
Can you bring up the world map?
Yes.
Scroll case from Temple. Star map.
Atlas.
Wait, that one's different.
Um,
Trapezoidal bluestone. Magic.
Trapezoidal bluestone.
okay, so it's next to Cromlin, right?
No, it was way down
Yes,
south.
right there. We snow.
Guisnall is where the mirror is. Where the Lord of Dragons' giant-ass mirror was. That
Lord of
And
Dread.
that giant that you befriended went home through.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't a
goes to
tutorial.
other dimensions.
Yeah, that was
That was a different.
underground.
Yeah, it's in
Where
Guisnall.
the lift
No,
spoke to
I'm
us
thinking
in
like
Halfling.
tutorial island.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fault Langdon.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary, yeah. That's way down there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's Tutorial Island.
Yes.
Yeah. No, we found the mirror and
Okay, exactly. Like, I'm,
It's like a country that changed its name. Like, it's never going to be Sanctuary to him. It's always going to be Tutorial Island. Like,
Yeah.
Czech Republic,
Oh, yeah.
Czechoslovakia,
it's still the USSR. Fuck it.
the former USSR.
well, now we have a means to get there way faster.
Where are we at right now again, John?
We're up in like
northwest
the mountains
more.
to the west.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
kitty corner.
Do we
Um,
have other than Jesse's quest? Like, what is our next objective?
The only thing immediate I would say is getting back to the
Balak.
getting back to our
Yeah.
for the seed that I brought back. That's a
Yeah.
surprise.
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't that
technically you guys are
Gusenau too?
here. Technically you guys
Huh?
are right there.
The seed wasn't in Gusenau?
No, it's the
No, we
They
left
got
it
it from-
behind at our village,
Yeah, Honko village.
to keep it from getting,
And then Micah's ship is at Freedom. But it's all very close to each other.
just like one line back, pretty much.
But ultimately, we're gonna have to bring all our forces back and go back to Balak to fight the dragon
Eventually.
sorcerer.
You have a few weeks.
He's not a dragon.
Sorcerer.
Whatever.
We killed that guy.
Sorcerer King.
There you go.
Yes.
The Dragon King Sorcerer.
Yes.
he wants to become a dragon.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are all true statements.
He's not. He wants to be.
He wants to be.
I would at least like to immediately go back and resolve our, seed of life,
Yeah.
tree of life.
Well,
So
because
that-
they all have to get back there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't it quite a trek to get back from this valley to
Not-
Honko?
Not if we have a beast.
Super bad. Now that you don't have vampires hounding you. I'll say we
Well,
cut.
Tanakaku, we can just float right back.
I'll say we cut to a small montage. Another day happens. Let me mark off on my calendar
I
here.
figure we say our goodbyes and.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Peretta
do you have
at least
any
is gonna want to
final-
sit down with the shaman and catch up a little bit.
Do you have any
it's
final
like-
things you want to do here in the valley?
Just the presumably ceremony for the life seed or the tree seed.
No, in the valley.
Oh,
in
I
the
see what
in
you're
the,
saying.
Oh, while we're
the,
here.
the Sky Serpent Valley.
I would like to, before we go, if we have time, I was searching for something in particular in treasure rooms or anything like that.
Okay, you'll just tell me directly what you're
I'm
looking
looking for like a diamond of some sort.
for. There's a 10% chance you find one.
Okay, that's fine. Just like
Is
put it out there.
zirconia good enough?
They're very rare.
Yeah, I kind of figured, but this would be the place to ask.
12.
Okay.
Oh.
You found a fake one.
I found the cubic zirconia.
Yeah, you found a cubic zirconia.
Wait, no, that's not. That's fine.
It's
Just, fuck!
shatters.
My odds are 0 if I don't ask. So
Okay, very close, but no,
Okay.
not here.
You trying to
I'll continue. I'll continue.
Okay.
I'm looking for a crystal from Island.
Anybody else have any business here in the valley?
That was it for me.
Just our goodbyes and good lucks to the
Okay,
gift.
that I kind of want to roleplay that out
Yeah.
over like a text chat over because it's separate from the party. But as you guys are kind of doing that, she is using very vast like bits of ruin of like old carts and whatever. She's able to kind of piece together a large boat of sorts and is able to transport like large groups of people across like maybe a full day's worth. She can get 4 trips because it's only 20 miles.
Oh my uncle.
Yeah, each of these squares is 25
Forgot what it
miles.
was.
So if she can travel, let's see what do you think the top speed of a blimp?
John,
Like 50 miles an hour?
laden or unladen?
Yeah.
I'll say about a ship. I'll
was
say
gonna
she can
say
do like
probably
50
about the
miles
same
an
as
hour.
a swallow.
So she makes about 6 trips back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Hancock takes a break.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
73 miles per hour.
Roughly, okay. Alright.
That's 200 horsepower engine. 3 4-cylinder 200 horsepower engines on either side of it.
Oh, what a machine!
Or the Tim Allen.
I think the Hindenburg took like a week to get across the Atlantic Ocean,
And we're only talking.
and that was like 3,000.
Okay, it is about 100 miles back and forth. So I'll say she makes 3 trips. It'll take 2 days to move everybody
Do
completely.
you know the Hindenburg did make blazing speed though?
Okay, so I'm gonna mark that down.
Could land really quickly, just once though.
So that's 2 days.
9 meters per second squared.
After 2 days of movement, you guys are back in Hanko Village. All of the halflings are kind of like starting to rebuild. Your forces, what do you want your forces to do? Do you want them to march back to Balak, or do you want them to march back to Freedom? Like, what are their orders? Because they're with you at Hanko right now. Do you want them to head back to Freedom?
We'll go to Freedom first.
Okay. Do you want to go with them?
Yes.
Okay. While you guys are doing this ceremony, I'm guessing you're just going to say you'll meet them in Freedom?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesse and his forces right ahead to go to Freedom. You guys get back, and Wambus and Bambus have, like, cleared the old life trees, kind of like former shrine.
The first thing I asked them is it secret? Is it safe?
You bet, boss. And, like, he, like, pulls up a floorboard, and, like,
And it's gone.
In the end.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
He's like, oh, wrong floorboard.
And Wambus walks in from the other room, just like
Oh, yeah. He
shining
just
it off.
shined it.
Kept it so secret, even he forgot where he hid it. God damn, I'm going looking for it again!
Fuck. Oh, give me a goddamn coronary. As the shrine itself has been cleared, the old life tree's kind of been hollowed out, and a spot has been left, like, for the new seed to kind of grow into the old, like, kind of stump of the former tree.
Like poetry.
It's takes they do the whole day. They bless the seed. They bless the tree. You guys are privy to,
And a little bit of memory or remembrance of the other tree. I'll say there's a chance the tree this came from still lives, but it gave this to us expecting to sacrifice itself to do so.
There's one more out there, yeah.
Yeah, it still thinks it might. We did some things to hopefully help it survive, but
We did things.
as the tree itself grows, you can see the sprout starting to take hold after the ceremony. It, like, accelerates the growth a little bit, so it's, like, starting to grow into the roots. From the branches of the old tree, Minor, you see a branch kind of, and it falls, like, directly at your feet.
I'll certainly look at it.
You pick it up, it's got kind of a radiant-filled energy to it. And
I got a glow stick.
you see, and it's springy. It's like almost like a yew wood, like this, but not usually like this.
Not you.
Usually this like
No, YEW
malleable.
but
The all of the the shamans from all three tribes like look and like gasp. Chosen. He's been chosen. He's been chosen. He's been chosen. And
yes, that was just like
the chieftain walks up to you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, I haven't seen this myself. I've heard stories of our ancestors. You've been chosen as the champion of this tree. It's blessed you with its self.
It's blessed me with its wood.
With its wood.
And we're not done yet.
Sorry.
You and your line will be the defenders of this village and of this tree. It is a solemn quest, task, yes, oath that has been asked of you. If you are willing, I know you have business elsewhere, but if you are willing to take up the mantle of the champion of this tree, we will forge this bow that will go with your station.
I'm gonna lean into Rune. Best cook I know and the champion of our tribe. Yeah.
I'm already sold.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in. Yeah, I guess.
Doesn't do good with commitment.
That's a strike. That's a strike. That's a red flag.
Just unexpected.
They take the bow or the wood, and when you're ready to, you kind of like pack up the next day. It is presented to you.
Pencil ready.
Now, your current bow only fires at a +3 from vantage.
From vantage, correct.
Does it have any other magical properties?
I don't think so. Not that I have written
I
down.
don't think it does. It just, your arrows do count as magical arrows.
Right,
when you
right.
fire them. This, however, is a oath bow.
Oh. I love the oath.
Is it from an oath tree?
When you knock an arrow, it whispers in, I'm going to say halfling, not elvish, swift defeat to my enemies. When you use this weapon to make a ranged attack, you can, as a command phrase, say, swift death to you who have wronged me. The target of your attack becomes your sworn enemy until it dies or until it dawns 7 days later. You can only have one such sworn enemy at a time. When your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next dawn. Make a ranged attack roll with this weapon against your sworn enemy. You have advantage on the attack. In addition, your attack gains your target benefits not at all from any cover, other than total cover, then you suffer no disadvantage due to long range. If the attack hits, your sworn enemy takes an extra 3d6 points of damage.
Very nice.
While your sworn enemy lives, you have disadvantage on attack rolls with all other weapons.
Not that you've really been new.
Right, other than trying to behead that one vampire.
Yeah.
in the cemetery.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a unique
So
instance.
use an arrow. That's.
So,
Is that in the?
this is in the DM guide.
Do you know what page number that was, real quick? Sorry.
Okay.
There was a lot to write down, so at least if I reference it, I can.
Page 183.
Sweet. Alrighty.
Fire injury set.
Is that? Is that just a +1, or you?
I'm gonna-
Was there a
I'm
magical
gonna count it as
part to it?
I'm gonna count it as
Okay.
a plus
Okay.
one.
It's like couldn't remember if I missed that part or not, or.
So you don't get the +3 from Vantage,
Right.
but
But it's always a +1.
this is always a +1, and you get that bonus 3d6 damage until you kill your target. This is a heavy responsibility. You're done helping your friends. I want you and Pyretta, when you come back to me, I want you to be the next elder of this village. Till then, I want you to learn the lessons that Athos has to teach. That bow will help you get through those lessons. Claps you on the shoulder. You have work to do. I'm gonna get to it. He turns around, bows, and he kind of like shakes your hand, Pyretta, and says, "Look after him."
Where was I was supposed to be looking after her when we left the first time, but
Oh, he's been a handful, but not too much for me.
And with that,
handful of food.
Do the hunter halfling signal for good health. Goodbye.
you guys leave the village. Takes a couple more days for your group to get to free. Actually, I'll just take a day because you guys can write Pankatu. Freedom. You guys meet up in Freedom. Jesse, you've already been there. What are you doing in Freedom for the next couple of days?
Resupplying, re-equipping.
Okay.
Enjoying freedom.
Enjoying Freedom. You guys get back and ready to make your next move. I'm assuming you've been discussing it a little bit over the past few days. Jeremy obviously now has a window to kind of take care of his business.
Mm-hmm.
Your village has been saved. Your people are going to be okay. You know, however, that there is another force out there, this dragon, or the sorcerer king that wants to be a dragon, still out there. The mystery of the other comet is still out there, and that's probably your last tie to whatever strange business you have here on Athos. That is a mystery that's going to take a little bit of time to solve. So in the meantime, I think you all would feel that Jeremy's kind of trip to the mirror to at least try to see if you can rescue the soul of Korra is probably be the next important milestone. With that being said, would you guys I want you guys to kind of officially say as a group what your next group plan is going to be. You guys right now are at freedom. Your movement range, I'll say, are you going to let Rune kind of mess around with your boat, your silt ship?
Do I want her to mess around with it?
Her idea is to affix a harness for Pankaku to carry the silt ship.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Okay. Well, yep. I mean, that would work.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
We're gonna need it to get across the
I mean, he's been at half inflation, so he would go full inflation.
Full inflation.
he's getting wider.
Larger.
I'll say it's going to be
What
2,000 GP for materials.
Okay. Drop in the bucket.
But you're able to rig a net, kind of a net with some canvas over it to kind of cover its body from the sun, and it can sort of be tucked in. And what you do, you remember those defensive fans that you have that go up?
Mm-hmm.
You engineer those to go out very easily. They actually just kind of tilt, and now you have wings to maneuver. So now you guys have the Siegebreaker, which is still parked out there, and you have a flying warship.
Now Ragnars's got to figure a way to fix the ballista on the bottom side.
Honestly, I was like, how do I punch a hole in the bottom of this ship so I have a downward facing gun?
I did see Ragnar going to the bottom of the ship with a fucking hammer.
With an axe. What are you doing down there? Nothing!
Nothing!
Is that power tools? No!
No. Just playing Minecraft.
I'm brushing my teeth.
So what was your old rate of travel? Was it 4 squares per day?
Yeah, I think so.
4 sounds right.
It's going to quadruple. It's going to be 12. Or it's going to be 16.
Woo. Sure. Dude, we can just get to Guisenol.
Could we? Because now I'm proficient in Tinker's tools and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Could I somehow manufacture a way to airship gun cannons, right? Where at the bottom of the ship is a platform that goes down and has the ballista on it, but it can also go back up.
You can certainly mess with the ship.
I thought about just hatches.
Yeah.
That's cooler though. And you're not gonna hit the boat.
You also remember that you have the boom barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can also aerial bombard.
Fortunate son intensifies. How can you shoot women and children? Easily.
This
much. Fuck, I love it. It's such a fucked up quote, but I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day travel. You're Jesse.
I am Jesse.
You're Jesse.
Correct.
Jesse.
Hey, good memory.
With you kind of see what's building together here in this airship. It's gonna fit maybe some of the people, but not your whole squad. Not your whole group. What do you want them to do? Do you want them just to kind of chill out at Marshdeep Keep until you get further orders? Or stay here in town and help here in town? Go back to Balak?
Except it's not.
Very much alive and threatening.
Right.
I'll take Jarek and the Drowned with me.
Okay.
Captain Linnaeus, and John, I'll leave here now with...
Okay. What's the physical? I'll say you can carry up to 20 people on this boat. And do you want to get 20 drown, including Jarek?
Yeah, the rest of the drowned will go to our sheep.
Okay.
Protect
Gar. Okay.
We need Micah, so we can fucking air assault this shit.
Oh yeah,
Because we can just like
that's just
stealth
easy.
into like a fucking palace, drop like 30 dudes into that thing, and
These are all things I've had in my brain for months. This is all like, I finally get to share it with the party. Like, hey, I gotta get a fucking airship. So, all right.
Yeah, the high
I'll
wind.
tell Linnaeus her top priority, besides actually keeping
The ore flowing.
and keeping this place safe, to fortifications.
Okay.
we're gonna need more boom barrels.
We're gonna need. I want
We're gonna need a
freedom
bigger boat.
and more sheep to be well protected, as well as a safe route.
Okay. They will carry out those orders then, and with that, the ship. You have to get a new name for the ship now because it's obviously.
Yep.
You're basically your mobile base of operations now.
What was it called?
As it flies across.
You know, I don't know that I documented the name for it. Honestly.
Are you guys headed to Guisanol?
I'd say so, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 5. 13, 14, 15. You just want to dock in Cromlin for the day?
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
fucking fuck with the locals.
You see underneath you, like, the big cities, like you see Uruk off in the distance. You see the tablelands and the great Andaluvian sand waste. You kind of look into the Dragon's Bowl mountains, like this giant crater with a lake in the middle. Like, you're seeing Athos from an angle that maybe, like, the dragon of Athos has seen it. Just, like, up in the air, like, lording above its dangers. I didn't make you roll for encounter tables because you're flying over them. So, as long as you are air traveling, you will not be rolling encounter tables, like off of our journey tables right now.
Okay.
You
Hopefully
see,
we never run into the fucking dragon.
you guys see just like forces outside of Golg and Nibene, like getting ready for another fucking skirmish because that's what they do. But you also see armies on the move. You see a few forces kind of marching down south toward like Lido, and kind of like you see a few forces kind of gathering from Ram and Uruk to the south. Like Alavet Ray is, you kind of think she's making good on her promise. Like a force is being assembled to deal with Balak. Maybe it's not like melded into one yet, but it is, you know,
Cogs are moving.
Cogs are moving. But as you guys sit down in Cromlin, I'll say, you surprised the hell out of your grandfather, who's still there. He hasn't moved to Sanctuary. Still kind of cleaning out his estate. But yeah, all the fishermen are like, see a sky whale come down and set into the Silt Sea, and then just deflate into a flat like blanket that essentially gets rolled up and put into the brig.
It is the longest sigh ever.
It's like the fucking
Yeah.
magic carpet from Aladdin. It's like,
Deflates like a balloon.
Yeah, it makes a subtle fart noise. Fucking
for like an hour, yeah.
And it smells like the inside of a basketball or
Yeah.
something.
right next to the mountain, so it's just like reverberating off the mountain range.
It's like a flock of kestrels just to fly away.
It's like when you see a shitload of Harleys coming your way.
You're like,
God damn it.
But yeah, you spend the night at your grandfather's place. He asks a billion questions about what the fuck that was, and like he wants to see it, he wants to sketch it. You know, he asks Rune like a billion questions. And yeah, you guys spend the night there, resupply, and then the next day you fly over.
Make as many cakes as I can.
Sure, you can make up to your limit.
What's my limit again?
Your proficiency bonus, I believe.
Okay.
You fly over the Whisperer in Darkness because you don't need a psychic pilot to activate anything on here. So all of your psionics, like you have your psionic ring that prevents you from being mind controlled, or at least advantage against it. You just fly over the ever churning storm, set in the middle of town, like even in the fucking like in the palace, like entryway beforehand, where the other ship. You see the burning husk of the other pirate ship that you guys fought with months ago.
Yep.
Descend down into the depths of the dungeon and work your way past all the dangers that you've seen before. Like, you guys set up checkpoints to when you guys evicted all the fucking Dragonborn out of here. You guys maybe come across one or two more, but then you reach the Palace of Dragoth in the mirror. Stands shimmering in front of you.
Greet the halfling lift. And, hey, we're back.
Yeah, hey, hey, I got some fucking stories to tell you. Rune is just like gaping, like fucking like ancient city, and like.
Oh, can I make a side detour over to that one little underground spot where I found all these mushrooms?
Sure.
Have more grown?
Survival test.
What?
Survival
test. Okay. And question: how many like insect parts do I use per cake? Is it just one?
One, I believe.
What? Just one?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
They're big spiders.
I think there's a giant bee
A survival test, huh?
She puts her fucking hands over its ears like no one's listening to him.
Oh, 29 on that survival test.
Do bees not get jokes?
I'll get you a D10 plus 5 or 13.
13, alright.
I'm gonna go to Kiliani. Just, kind of discreetly, casually, but I'll approach him and I'll present the Onyx statue figurine. Rick, I noticed you took an interest when I found this. Would you be willing to grant me a favor in exchange for it? I would like to have...
She's hitting on you.
Nudge Kiliani.
Kiliani just gives him a death stare.
You can play this game.
I'm not as good as a blink to a blind bat. Yeah.
He does. She says,
Commitments.
I can
He's a
feel
little
it in my
committed right now,
bones. I'm going, I feel like we're well on the path of finding my master. But I can feel it in my heart that something is not right coming up. I don't know quite yet. But I like to think that we've been aligned this entire journey. The balance here on Athos is seriously out of whack, and I would like to see water come back to Athos in, more of a bigger degree. I'd like to know if El Hydra would be able to maybe be willing, and she's very careful to choose her words, be willing to help me with maybe a boon or anything like that. And she presents the statue at you. This is but a gift. I do not demand anything in return. And she hands it to you.
Don't know your favor.
She's asking you of a favor, not demanding you of a favor. She's being very careful because she knows that you like to be the one in charge and giving the orders.
I do is all hydro.
Well, if you could put in a good word for me, that's all I can ask, I suppose.
I'll consult the gold plates in the hat.
Yeah. I'll ask the secret chiefs, but they might not be cool with this. So, only I can talk to them.
If
Ghost that never lies. I'm the only one that can see him and hear him, so I'll translate.
I'll translate.
Don't point at me, you jackass.
But you stop there and gather more supplies there. And yeah, you guys are at the ruins of Dragoth's palace.
I would be identifying how this mirror works, I guess, while they're doing all that.
Okay.
What
That's
was
a
that
ritual.
statue?
it was...
The Onyx.
Yeah, Onyx horse.
Yes.
It was a horsey.
It summons a horse that has the sense of a nightmare.
Yeah. Onyx
You don't get to
horse,
go to hell.
figure of power, or figurine of power.
Later that night, you peek into his tent and you hear,
Oh, the thing with nightmares is they have a fly speed. So.
Oh, that's hot.
I'm just saying he's playing with the little figurine.
Yeah.
He's literally just like
tuning to it.
Someone there?
Okay. As you look at the mirror, you are. Let's say you have your notebook out. You have your sketch. You're doing your full identify. The mirror is an ancient artifact, very complex. You have to have a clear idea of what you're looking for. You have to pick a plane. It's going to be a caster check, and it has to be a DC, depending on what plane you want to go to. If you get it correct, if you beat the DC, you get to choose where you want to go in the plane. If you don't beat it, by a degree of 5, you go there, but you don't get to pick where you get sent out. Then you will have a small portal from where you came out of for about 3 days. And then it goes away, and if you're not back in 3 days, you're there.
Make the leap back home.
Yes, you're there.
So about me being the village elder.
Yeah, you don't like commitments. This is
Oh,
your out right
you
here.
ghosted your entire family.
Suddenly I'm afraid of commitments just because I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting this.
He said he was just going for milk.
Stafu stepped out
I
for
don't even know what milk
cigarettes
is.
and never came back.
I always thought about making a D&D character, he literally, something happens in a town and he's just, at the store buying smokes. and he's just like, sure, I'll help. And then he just gets whisked away on this
never
adventure.
came
And
home.
then somebody's like, so what were you doing in that store? I was getting some milk for the kids. Wait, you never went back to your family?
You're kind of boring.
And that's it. That is how the mirror works.
Scary.
It's a big commitment. It's a major artifact.
So you look at it and concentrate, and you see what...
You decide mentally where you want to go.
Okay.
So if he wanted to do it, he would think of the citadel he saw in his dreams where Korra was being kept in the Shadowfell.
Okay.
He would then have somebody activate, because I know he can't activate it.
Yeah.
He would have whoever wants to activate it while he's touching it, and the caster would make the check. The caster makes that check. If they pass, they go. The portal's right where they want it to be. Bam. So if you wanted to go to the citadel, bam, it's right in front of not right in front of the citadel, but a reasonable distance away. If you fail, you go there, but I am going to randomly assign at a percentage how far away you are from where you want to be.
Okay.
We are 4 days away. Fuck.
Yeah.
Go back, try it again. So,
What if I randomly think of Chick-fil-A at the last second?
Oh, I'm really hungry.
God, what would Mom think if I was going through there? She knew. Oh, God.
And Shadowfell is not it's a demi-plane, so the DC isn't going to be ginormous. If you guys wanted to go to fucking Kryn, it would be pretty big because it's a whole other material plane.
You know what's happening here.
What if we want to go Ravenloft?
I was just gonna say, what this is. You know what this is? This
For
is
one
John
level
getting
four.
getting us to do Stradigan.
This is how Ragnar fucking ended up in each different campaign.
So each campaign is only 3 days long.
No, he just found his.
I found a different way back.
Inexplicably, he found different ways back to Abyss.
He's like Kenny. He just wakes up and he's there again the next day.
What do you mean I died? No, I didn't.
Like Samurai Jack.
That was great.
He just ends up in all these fucking different places.
Kenny keeps getting.
Trying to get back
Oh
home.
God, not again.
So you guys are make camp around the mirror and you're kind of preparing yourselves. Your 20 men, are they gonna go with you through this portal? Because Jarek is like, we'll go,
I'm not gonna lie.
but we're not gonna. No, you can tell he's very apprehensive about going to another plane of existence. He's willing to go wherever you want to go,
Does
but
Jarek even know that other planes of existence exist?
now he does.
He's still trying to wrap his head around it.
He's woke now.
He was
I basically sketched it out,
Yeah.
like how it works.
So what you did is you took a piece of paper, folded it in half, and punched a pencil.
Put some pencils in it.
This is what we're gonna do.
He like flinches.
Are we the pencil or are we the paper?
You know, no one ever knows.
A great many have asked.
You want to
Depends on how this ends up.
be the pencil, but sometimes you're the paper.
We're the lead. Just gotta watch out for the eraser.
Yeah.
How about they stay here and protect the mirror on this side?
Yes, sir. Visibly like.
He turns around to look at them and he's
Can they
They're like-
assist to lower the DC or help with?
no.
No.
Why not?
No, they
They're not-
can't.
well,
They're
like-
Are they not? Are they not? magic?
Neanderthals.
Huh?
They're Neanderthals.
There's no Neanderthal.
IQ
You're
level
Neanderthal.
his fucking people
you
have.
blind servant to some god.
Bigot.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an intelligence-based check. I'm going to say that right now. It's an
just-
intelligence check.
To move the thing?
No, to
To,
get
to like basically
To activate the
channel.
mirror.
Oh. I thought you meant like to move. It's like, yeah, we can fucking move. No problem.
No.
I mean, if you want to take it somewhere else, you don't have to leave it here in the palace.
Nah,
Isn't this like massive?
It's
though?
20 feet tall.
it's
It
stable.
is a massive mirror.
Let's
I mean, like,
worry about moving it once we get back, in case
Yeah.
we're like,
Right.
Shatter it.
ah, shit.
Well, then we have a whole bunch of them.
twist it, or what is it? No, what is it?
No, look at what I'm doing. Look
Yeah,
at what I'm doing.
Do
Just do that.
Do that.
And that.
Pivot. Yeah, pivot.
They're taking your old couch.
Affix it to the bottom of the airship, activate it, and then just land on whoever you want to get rid of.
Use it to redirect sunlight into like a fucking beam.
We have a laser weapon equipped on the airship. Though.
We're gonna call the
Yeah,
airship.
couldn't we just think of the sun and then it just is on the other side?
So, are we doing the portal
Is that
now?
possible?
I mean, it's not impossible.
What has science wrought?
Burning anthills.
The cake is a lie, you guys.
We just fly over Balak's castle and just melt it.
Oh, we drop it on the Sorcerer King.
Now he's somebody else's problem.
We think of Ravenloft
Every time
real hard.
Every time I write a new campaign, I have to roll a d20. If I get a 1, that's where he winds up.
I was gonna say, yeah, we have to fight him in a future campaign as
He's the next big bad.
John, the end of Dungeons and Daddy, so they take care of the nuke.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
So
and
what we
he's-
do is we find Andrew Pinus because he's the big bad.
He's
Yes.
gonna know about the mirror.
He doesn't.
He
This is
doesn't.
fucking under Guisenol. He sent us to figure out what was here. He doesn't know shit.
We can trick him into.
No, exactly. So
John, cover yours.
what we do is
Fuck you!
so what we do is we do the airship thing. We drop the mirror on him, right? We think of that plane where the fucking Gorgon
The
came.
Gorgon King, I was just about
We
to
just
say.
send him there.
So,
Fight alien life forms in some eldritch horror.
so when we're all old men and we're in the glory days, you know, we're playing our final campaigns, that'll be it. We face all the former bosses in our lives that we sent off to another dimension.
Yeah, we made them the Legion of Doom.
John,
We'll be basically playing
What do you say
Skyrim.
here
'Cause that's
about
how they got rid of the
dipshits in an
dragons
airship?
to
God
begin
damn it!
with.
That's right.
They just sent them into the future.
Strahd like, damn it.
somebody created a cursed sword that one hit every creature you attack with it, but instead of it killing them, it teleported them
It
to the
banished
final
them.
boss room of the
Oh
campaign.
god.
Oh.
Alright. You are right in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
You are all in your adventuring gear. Rune is going to volunteer to go with you with the bee to scout. So she can scout ahead if you guys need scouting.
I'll just look at it. Think of the food possibilities.
I know, right?
And suddenly the mirror displays a kitchen.
I'm like, stop touching the mirror.
Stop thinking of Chick-fil-A.
Stop channeling our thoughts. Just do your thing. And we'll walk
Ragnar
through.
touches it, and it's just like a kaleidoscope of all the different eateries bins.
It's like a Chick-fil-A or whatever.
A really nice bathroom you saw.
What am I, pulling the ref? You just want to poop.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
Focusing.
Focusing.
How do you have any means to give yourself advantage, or anything that you can do in this situation? It's going to be a spellcasting check.
You said intelligence?
Just like when you
did you say intelligence?
Just like when you made your counterspell earlier today.
Enhance ability.
A couple days ago.
Any inspiration?
I'm gonna juice him up with enhance ability.
Okay. So you have advantage.
That's what I got. I don't have inspiration. So.
Okay.
I don't think I can do. How about exploring the options?
I've been waiting to do this exact scenario for months. Had it all up in my brain.
So did you document that ceremonial dagger, Jeremy?
Yes.
Okay, I'll erase it.
You guys get there to the fucking place. You defeat whatever you have to defeat.
I pat myself down.
Fuck!
No, honestly, what I thought.
Stay here.
Here's what I want to do with it: is I want to make like a neck.
Okay.
dagger out of
Okay. You have it like on a tether.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't sneeze.
just stab him backwards again.
Just stab me again. Double tap me.
Double tap.
Double tap.
You ever sneeze so hard your soul flies out your body?
Yes.
Yeah, Ragnar,
that one time.
Ragnar doesn't even know what we had to do to get it back. He just thought it was a really wicked sneeze.
As you're coming down with the dagger, clear.
Didn't just black out for 5 seconds there?
Whew.
I was in a really dark room for just a few seconds, and then I'm back in my body.
If I
Out-of-body experience.
scryed, since I've seen her soul,
You've seen her soul.
if I scryed before doing the check, would that give me any advantage?
Sure. It is a creative use of the spell. I will allow it.
Awesome.
I always reward creativity.
Well, I'll do that first because it's a ritual.
Is it
Michael,
intelligence based?
Let me make sure I don't
That's
have a
just a
room that can
ritual.
help.
That one.
Oh,
is,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I would say, what base is it? Because you can enhance any ability.
I think John's making the mirror intelligence based.
It's an intelligence based.
Oh yeah.
It was made by an intelligence based caster. It's going to be.
Well, it sort of makes sense.
Oh.
You'd have to know a
And
lot about it.
Depending on what type of scion you make, depends on your casting. So for the one, mine's all about like redoing cellular structure. So it's
I'll
Constitution.
I can
I thought you
activate.
were smart. You're just strong.
no, I'm smart too. I got 18.
I can activate my rune to give you. Is it a attack, saving throw, or ability check?
It's ability check.
All right,
Yep.
then I can give you advantage on it
Well,
with my rune.
He has it.
He
already.
has it with that, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Oh, you got okay.
I
You
gave
have,
him
you
enhance
have
ability.
multiple means to get advantage then.
Sweet.
Save it for when on the jump home.
There you go.
Yeah.
And if we ever run Curse of Strahd again with higher levels, this could be like the one mistake we went through the mirror at the wrong time. So we had to run Strahd.
If I've decided I'm not gonna write part 2, I'm gonna run One Night Strahd if we do it again because it's so fucking cool. That's like the
'cause you
premise
can
on
do
that
it in
one.
one night. Isn't that why it's called One Night Strike?
Yeah, because you could presumably run it in one night. It's the cycle has been done so many times. Like, because Strahd dies, but he comes back,
Yeah.
and so but the cycle has been done so many countless times that Barovia is just like a wasteland.
It just
Yeah.
it comes back a little less every
Time
time.
lapsed.
You can wall jump up to the castle and
But like
the
it's
NPCs are like, yeah, here's the sword, here's the
yeah, like these souls have like been through so many reincarnations. It's just crazy.
Parawimple, still Parawimple.
Except he's so degraded now he can't even talk or.
Alright, Micah,
Still
quit
loves
fondling
the
your
music.
dice.
No, this
loves his
is
music.
going to be
Roll
good.
them up. What'd you get?
Roll that beautiful thing.
17 plus 4, 23? No, 21.
Oh, well, punching a hole.
Shimmers, sort of black ripple flickers across the glass, and you see a black sky, a gray clouds, and you see what appears to be on a mountain trail about maybe a mile away. a large keep built into the stone. And you recognize this instantly. This is where you've been in your dreams.
My dreams.
This is your mind's been
dreams have
pulled
come
into the
true.
Shadowfell, and you see this weird. You guys see a European style castle in a very Mesopotamian desert style civilization. It's very alien looking to you, but you see the structure in the distance, and Ragnar gets this flicker of realization, and before you even say anything, takes a step through. As the rest of you slide through the cold, sort of shimmering glass, you find yourselves on the other side of the mirror. The gray, cold. It's like 50 degrees compared to like the 90-degree, 100-degree days. So you guys are like shivering almost.
That's, yeah, if you live in that sort of temperature.
Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
You guys are immediately feel different. Like this is the first time you have been in another plane of existence other than Athos, except for you.
And me.
And
Non-canonically.
non-canonically you. But it like magic here feels like it's more abundant and alive, like than it does on Athos. Almost like it's structured differently. You feel as though you can't defile here. That almost as this place has already been defiled to hell. But you are whole. You are standing on the side. You look back. You see the room that you were just in, and it's sort of a hazy, shimmering, like portal behind you. That's
The last thing
stable.
we see is this commander like.
How's Rune handling this?
She's been her mind's been blown for the last 3 days because she's been like
Her mind is turned into a
She's
black
like,
hole.
fuck it, I take
lost
whatever I
city.
need.
She sees desert where there's no trees.
She's on her
gotta be
hands and knees
weird.
vomiting right now.
Vomiting rainbows.
Yeah.
Schmebulak.
Yep.
She climbs up on the bee and she says, I can scout ahead a little bit, see what's ahead.
I'll tell her to go to that castle, but be very careful. Nothing there is friendly.
Okay.
But be careful. She's climbing onto her bee.
Flies off in the distance. About an hour goes by, she comes back. Yeah, it's pretty heavily fortified. I see a lot of guards on the walls. There's a courtyard and a tower. It looks like it's very fortified in the back. But if we wanted to, we could try to drop in on the top. I don't know if the bee if Stinger can carry all of you, but there's a couple ways to sneak in though. And with the promise of there being a few ways to break into this tower obviously, I think we will leave it at that for tonight. You guys have conquered the Lost Valley of the Sky Serpent, and now you are in the inky blackness of the Depression universe that is the Shadowfell, ready to siege in a strange castle to a man who steals the souls from the multiverse, trying to win back the soul of your warrior friend. And it's going to be a pretty crazy ride. Not a lot of setup for this one. This is basically just castle, go for it.
What was the last place we had to sneak into? Was that Ribbon? Last big castle or city?
That was a temple of elemental evil.
Yeah, I suppose we did kind of. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys
didn't
will
sneak in, you
gain.
busted through the stained glass.
We'll do 15 experience for tonight. You guys did a lot. You defeated Hakan. You
Got the life tree up and going.
getting the egg. That was a bonus objective. Getting the egg out and then having it hatch. That was a bonus objective.
You're welcome.
Getting the airship. Getting, basically all your shit together for this last bit of a push. So, yeah. Thank you.
Didn't think we were getting airships, though.
No.
Yeah.
Surprise!
We got the high wind now. Anukaku.
We got the high ground. Sucking Anakin.
Ah, my boy.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, I do reckon we're going to wrap for tonight. thank you everybody for tuning in. Bractimus Prime, Oracle Cat, thank you so much for tuning in and watching tonight.
I was tuned in too.
No, you weren't.
Physically, not mentally.
Yeah.
I didn't say how.
Brock says thank you for the fun stream as always, guys, and Oracle says thank you for the stream. That was so much fun. Awesome. Appreciate having you guys along. That was very exciting. Thank you, DM John.
Yeah, no problem.
For the
Yeah.
awesome story.
Take your first step in a much larger world.
So yeah, we're gonna begin the arc of a new. I don't know what you call it. A new arc, I guess.
You can call it the Shadowfell arc, I guess, but it's not super long.
The search for Korra.
The search for Korra, yeah.
Kind of another dungeon.
Yeah.
Like, here's the dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like, well, we gotta fucking go all the way around.
We gotta be 20 NPCs. We gotta figure out what they want, what their motivations are, how they're gonna help
this
us.
is-
Yeah.
There's no side quests.
Yeah.
This is a Ragnar.
This is an on rails
A
mission.
Ragnar quest for a Ragnar man.
Yeah, this is a Ragnar quest for Ragnar.
Point and smash. All right.
I gotta get into that castle and stab my girlfriend.
Are we planning on meeting next week?
I have drill.
He has
next
drill. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we maybe just like maybe a board game in or something.
Take a little break. All right. Well, we'll plan something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But okay, yeah. On that note, we'll probably take a break next week. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I always like doing that stuff there. I'm trying to get better with my Discord too. I know I've kind of left that by the wayside this whole time, but Wednesday I'll be back with more Final Fantasy VII. But other than that, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and we'll
keep a wagon on for you.
Boom.
We'll keep an airship on for you.
We'll keep the airship on.
Let's not light the airship on fire.
Yeah, we won't.
We'll keep a castle on
I
fire.
finally defeated you. I gave you a mode of transportation you don't want to destroy.
John,
All right, boys, how do we fuck this up?
I will sacrifice Micah's airship for the good of the campaign. At the end, if I have to drop a burning airship onto what's his dick, I will.
With the mirror.
With the mirror.
We'll send the explosion to another
I was
plane.
gonna say, just load it full of explosives and just drop the whole ship on them.
We're gonna
I was gonna say,
carpet bomb Balak.
Unless either A, you have psychic abilities, or B, know how to pilot Pankaku. That's not happening.
I don't need to know how to pilot it. I'm just crashing it.
That's how you're gonna have to do it.
Get a really big stick and a really big carrot.
Just put a brick on the accelerator. Jesus.
It doesn't have one.
Later.